what better way to do so than with our national pastime, featuring an interstate rivalry steeped in history and always filled with fireworks. Happy July 4th. The Phillies and Pirates are next. Good afternoon, everyone, from PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Welcome to Phillies baseball, game one of a four-game series, the Phils and the Pittsburgh Pirates. A warm one here at PNC Park today. Harry Callis with Chris Wheeler and Larry Anderson. Hope you're having a great 4th of July holiday. And L.A. for two players on these teams. July 3rd was a big day because they were named to the All-Star team. Bobby Abreu will be a starter.
Well, for the second year in a row, he's going to the All-Star game. And, you know, you look at Bobby's numbers after April and you think, well, he's going to be an All-Star. You said, no, you're crazy. But after his numbers he put up in May and June, he is going to be an All-Star. 315 average with 17 home runs, 52 RBIs. This is through the first half of the season. 21 stolen bases and tied for first in walks. Selected to his second All-Star game. You know what? Last year he was the 32nd man elected. This year he didn't have to wait so long. The fans wanted to see him start.
Last year I was waiting for the fans, and it's mean that they just follow me and they want me to be on the All-Star game. And but this year it was different. They want me to be on the All-Star game the first round, you know. And I think it's something special to myself. And what it really telling me, that's like, you know, they be paying attention what I've been doing right now, and now they just follow more my career and they give me more support.
Bobby will be a starter on the All-Star team for the National League, and Jason Bay has been quite a ride the last couple of years. Wheels a Rookie of the Year last year, now an All-Star appearance this year.
He's a good player, Harry. You know, every team has to be represented, so every once in a while you look at an All-Star and you think, well, you know, that guy's kind of a mercy booking because they had to have a player. Jason Bay really doesn't fit into that. You see what he's done through 80 games. He's a quality player. He's a right-handed hitter. He has power. He can hit some doubles. He's a guy that really is the player in the middle of their lineup that you have to be aware of. You know, every team has a player or two that managers say, I don't want that guy to beat me. And in the Pirates lineup, it's Jason Bay.
A pitching matchup for this afternoon's game. It'll be Corey Lytle on the mound for the Phils, southpaw Dave Williams for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Starting lineups right after these messages. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Citizens Bank, with the most 7-day branches in Philly. By Southwest Airlines, non-stop service to over 59 destinations all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. By Toyota, with 17 models moving you forward. And by Independence Blue Cross. You deserve it. Everyone deserves it. Back at PNC Park in Pittsburgh on this 4th of July, a warm, pleasant afternoon here in Pittsburgh, PA, as the Buccos are taking the field for game one of this four-game series. And let's check Charlie Manuel's starting lineup for the Phils. He'll have Jimmy Rollins at shortstop leading off, Jason Michaels center field bat second, Bobby Abreu right field hitting third, Pat Burrell in left field will bat fourth, Chase Utley at second base hits fifth, David Bell third base batting sixth, Ryan Howard will be at first base, he'll hit seventh, Mike Lieberthal catching batting eighth, Corey Lytle the pitcher will hit ninth. That lineup is facing 26-year-old left-hander Dave Williams.
And Dave Williams, product from Camden, Delaware. That's where he lives now. 14 starts for him, 6-5 record with a 3.68 ERA, fewer hits than innings. He's walked 30, but only 19 in his last 5 starts, 6 starts. Southwest Airlines scouting report, 87 to 93 mile an hour fastball. He's got late movement on it, which makes him pretty effective. He's got a pretty solid curveball. His changeup is improving. Dave grew up a Phillies fan, went to Delaware Tech. As I said, lives in Camden, Delaware now. And the Key State Chrysler Jeep keys to the game is Lytle has been very stingy with the long ball, only 7 allowed, but the last couple outings he's had a little problem with it. And the Pirates are starting success. They've been pretty good with their rotation. In the latest skid, their starters have been struggling. That's since 623 versus St. Louis. It's 9 team games ago.
Jimmy Rollins stands at lead off. He's hitting at 271, and the first pitch of the game is a sinking fastball. It's a little bit low, 1-0.
Long time to go. 9 games without a win by your starter.
One ball and 1 strike. Rollins hit it well against the Pirates. Lifetime, he's a .352 hitter against Pittsburgh. One of just 3 hitters that has faced Williams. Williams has only pitched 2 innings against the Phillies. That's hit pretty well to left field, but it's going to stay in the park. In front of the warning track is Jason Bay. 1 down here in the first. The umpires today, Sam Holbrook calls the balls and strikes. Randy Marsh, the crew chief, at first. Larry Vanover at second, and Jim Wolf at third.
Speaking of Jim Wolf, I just talked to Randy Wolf a few minutes ago, and he's recovering well. He's in no pain. He'll get his stitches out next Monday, and he's starting his rehab shortly thereafter. He's doing well.
Randy underwent successful Tommy John surgery. 1 strike to Jason Michaels, is hitting at .297. Michaels a .408 on base percentage, which would be 9th in the league. He doesn't have enough plate appearances to qualify. Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant today is Janet Pappas of Burnville, Pennsylvania. If the Phillies hit a home run this game, Janet wins $200. To enter the McDonald's home run jackpot, visit your participating McDonald's for an entry form. Michaels lost a fly to left. That's 2 quick outs for Williams, and he'll bring on Bobby Abreu. Bobby hitting at .315, 9th in the league in hitting. 17 homers, 9th in the league in that category, 52 RBIs. Tied for the league lead in walks with Brian Giles of San Diego. They each have 61. Abreu has faced Williams, and he has doubled off him. Williams just 2 innings against the Phils a lifetime. One ball and 1 strike.
Williams, surprisingly, much better numbers on the road than at home. At home, he's only 1-3 with a .574 ERA. On the road, 5-2 with a .261.
Here at home, opponents are hitting .321 against him. And on the road, opponents are hitting right at the Mendoza line against him, .200.
That's surprising. It's a nice park to pitch in.
Trickles the ball. He thought it was a foul ball, but it's a fair ball as it rolls right over the bag, right to Darrell Ward. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Williams. No runs, hits, errors, and none left after 1/2. Phils nothing. Pirates coming to bat. Phils did not score in the top of the first. Lloyd McClendon starting lineup for Pittsburgh. You'll have Matt Lawton in right field leading off. Freddie Sanchez, third base, bats second. Jason Bay left field hitting third. Darrell Ward at first base bats fourth. Jose Castillo second base hitting fifth. Rob Makoviak in center field bats sixth. Ryan Domit the catcher will bat seventh. Jack Wilson at shortstop hitting eighth. Dave Williams the pitcher hits ninth. That lineup facing 33-year-old Corey Lytle.
And Lytle in 16 starts, a 7-6 record, ERA just over 4. Just over 100 innings so far. About a hit an inning, a little more. 23 walks. He's had good command. 61 strikeouts for him. Southwest Airlines scouting report. Home ERA of 5.95, on the road 2.92. He's just the opposite of Williams for the Pirates. First 12 strikes, 3 home runs. His last 4, he's given up 4 home runs, 2 in the last outing against the Mets, but he won that game 6-3.
Matt Lawton leads it off. Lawton hitting at 275. Senior member of this Pirates starting lineup. Lawton, 33 years of age. He's played for Minnesota, the Mets, and Cleveland. Lofts this ball high and foul down the left field side. 1 strike to Lawton. Missing inside, 1-1.
A warm day out here today. A little muggy. A little bit of a breeze going out towards the left. There you see it.
2 balls and a strike.
.87 degrees. See the winds at 9.
Did he go?
Oh, yeah.
Jim Wolf says he did. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Lawton.
Lawton really didn't argue much on this. It definitely looked like he went. He did by a long ways.
Beats the foul down the first base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Lawton.
Nice crowd on hand here. People still filing across the bridge out beyond center field.
Well, Lionel starts it with a strikeout as Lawton chases. That's 1 down here in the bottom of the first. It'll bring on Freddie Sanchez.
Both teams have some work to do in the second half. The Phillies 41 and 41, even at 500, just over the halfway point. Pittsburgh 10 under 500. St. Louis big lead over the Cubs at 10.5 games, leading their division.
Fastball for a strike to Freddie Sanchez, who's hitting at .277. Ground ball. Utley will take care of this one. That's 2 down here in the bottom of the first, and it'll bring on the all-star Jason Bay. Bay, 26 years of age, hitting at .310. 15 homers. He's knocked in 42 here in the National League All-Star Reserves. Outfield, Jason Bell's joined by Moises Alou, Miguel Cabrera, Luis Gonzalez, Andrew Jones, and Carlos Lee. And the rest of the reserves: LaDuca, Pujols, Castillo,
Ramos, Ramirez, and Lopez and his tourists. Felipe Lopez of Cincinnati.
Jason Bay just foul. Quite an effort out there by the young ball boy. Came up a little bit short, but the fans applaud his effort.
Ball's hit pretty sharp. He makes an effort. Oh yeah, he goes all out. Hey, oh.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Jason Bay. Ooh, just missed the outside corner. 1-2.
From our vantage point, it looks like everything's a little low. We're up about roof high. Boy, that's a pretty good pitch.
High fly ball center field, not deep. Jason Michaels there. And that'll be it for the Pirates here in the first. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. After 1, Phillies nothing, Pittsburgh nothing. After 1 inning, a 0-0 game. From remembering the 1980s to today's water cooler whispers, Comcast Sportsnet is covering all the bases. Get the best Phillies highlights, news, and interviews on Phillies Clubhouse, presented by New Wave Wireless. Tonight at 8, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Pat Burrell leads off for the Phils. Burrell hitting at .287. 17 home runs. He has knocked in 61. He's 4th in the league in RBIs. Dave Williams ready to go to work here in the second. Taking ball for a called strike. I think 1 to Burrow. Play birthday wishes to Charlie Rowan. The Banjo Man celebrated a birthday yesterday. Now balls and 2 strikes to Burrow. High with the fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beats a foul. Like the Hall of Famer Robin Roberts the other day, and Robert wanted to pass along his very sincere thanks for the heartwarming expression of sympathy and the passing of his wife Mary to all of the fans in the Delaware Valley who have let Robin know how sorry they are, and he really appreciates it. Now Burrow's rung up.
Williams showed him 1 fastball out of the strikes when everything else curveballs.
This copyright telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies, may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies. Chase Utley hitting at .303. One ball and no strikes to Utley. Up in the box, did he bunt at it? Yes, according to Jim Wolf. 1 ball and 1 strike. Randy's brother Jim Wolf umpiring at third today.
He might have pulled that back.
Foul back. I think anytime you run up in the batter's box like that, though, it looks like you have committed. I don't know why hitters do that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to Utley.
Williams gave him a little different look, dropped down on that pitch.
Ball almost hit him before he fouled it off.
I'm not sure it didn't hit him. High fastball, and jeez, that hit him in his. And he did go around. I mean, that is a strikeout. Oh, you could hear that. I mean,
it's a tough way to get a strikeout.
And that is a swing, and you can swing and get hit. It still counts as a swing. It's not a foul ball.
Charlie Manuel going out to get a clarification. It's 2 outs, and it'll bring on David Bell.
Sam Holbrook made the right call.
Bell hitting at .255, but batting .440 against left-hand pitching. He leads the National League. Batting average against left-handers, and a cut fouled it straight back. He's also hitting well here in his career at PNC Park, a .353 hitter.
Like David Bell actually asked Sam Holbrook if he go back and get some, stick him for that bat handle. Warm, hot day. Usually, I mean, one of the rules, you're not supposed to be able to go back to the on-deck circle once you get to the batter's box.
1 ball and 1 strike to David Bell. Fastball by him, 1 and 2. team's 17th round draft pick in the '98 draft. Backdoor breaking ball just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The foul on the right field side, still 2-2. Line drive, but at shortstop Jack Wilson, and that'll be it for the Phils. No runs, hits, errors, and none left after 1.5. Phils nothing, and the Pirates nothing. As a play, Phils nothing, Pittsburgh nothing. From remembering the 1980s to today's water cooler whispers, Comcast Sportsnet is covering all the bases. Get the best Phillies highlights, news, and interviews on Phillies Clubhouse, presented by New Wave Wireless, tonight at 8, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Darrell Ward will lead it off for Pittsburgh here in the second. Ward hitting at .282, 11 homers. He has knocked in 52.
Ward, the only player to hit a ball into the Allegheny in the air.
And it is quite a poke to get it out there to the Allegheny River, one of the 3 rivers here in Pittsburgh.
Estimated 479 feet between the first and second Pepsi towers out there.
Bounce foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
There it is. There's the 2 towers. So close to being down the line. 479 feet in the air into the river. Wow. That is some kind of poke. In fact, when he was with Houston in 2002.
2 balls and a strike to Darrell Ward. He's wide with it. 3-1. Well, Mets have taken the lead on the Washington Nationals in the 9th inning, 3-2. Jose Offerman, a go-ahead RBI. Ryan Howard will make the unassisted put-out. Speaking of those Washington Nationals, they'll be at Citizens Bank Park this weekend. Friday at 7:05. Don't forget, if you missed the fireworks show on July 1st, big fireworks display after the game on Friday, courtesy of Independence Blue Cross. Saturday is a 1:20 day game, photo day. Fans allowed to take photos of their favorite Phils. Sunday at 1:35. Kids can run the bases after the game, courtesy of Modell Sporting Goods. Order your tickets for the Washington Nationals weekend series by calling 215-463-1000 or online at Phillies.com. Jose Castillo is hitting at .278. Now balls and 2 strikes to Castillo. Last 12 games hitting at .359. 24-year-old out of Venezuela. One ball and 2 strikes. Over the head of Lytle, and Huntley is there quickly but did not get Castillo. So the first hit of the game is an infield single off the bat of Jose Castillo. And we'll bring on Rob Makoviak.
Jimmy Rollins might have had an easier play because he's going towards the bag at first, but Utley got there just ahead of him and takes the play. You see Jimmy coming across.
Makoviak hitting at .294. 8 homers, he has knocked in 39. 1 ball and no strikes. Drive in the gap in left center field. It's going to go all the way back to the fence. Castillo will score an RBI double for Makoviak. Castillo is limping home. And it's 1-0 Pittsburgh.
Not sure what he did there. Watching the ball in the outfield, all of a sudden he was coming around third and limping all the way. He looks like he's fine there. And then right about halfway to third, looks like he pulls up a little lame.
So let's see if Castillo can continue. There's Ryan Domit, the catcher. 24-year-old switch hitter, looks at a strike. Rookie, a second-round draft pick in the '99 draft. He's hitting .345 in Indianapolis. Like the way he carries himself, Ellen?
Yes, sir.
From Moses Lake, Washington. Taps this one to Ryan Howard. Howard will make the play himself. Moving up to third is Makoviak. And with 2 down, it'll bring on Jack Wilson.
Last 20 games when the Pirates really started going south, 5-15 in their last 20. They just haven't hit the ball well. They got outscored by a lot, and their ERA has been poor. They were at 30-30 at that time. Now 35-45.
Wilson hitting .222. 1 ball and no strikes. It's 3 for 8 lifetime against Corey Lytle. I'm not give him anything here to hit. What Dave Williams do up next. Got the breaking ball over. 1 ball and 1 strike.
A far cry for Wilson from last year to this year. .340 with 7 home runs last year. He was on the All-Star team. Not enjoying the same success this year at only .222 with 4 home runs.
Pops him up near the bag at second. Utley takes care of this one. That'll be it for the Pirates, but they take the lead here with a run on 2 hits, no errors, leaving 1. After 2, Pittsburgh 1, Phillies nothing. Time now for the Dodge Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fan forum section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. Today's Dodge Stump the Fans trivia quiz. 12 members of the Pittsburgh Pirates organization are members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Who was the first Pirate inducted? The answer and winner will be revealed in the 7th inning. Pirates lead 1-0. They don't have a second baseman out there after Castillo came up lame trying to score a run and did score the only run of this game, but there he is. And Is he going to go out there, or is he heading to the clubhouse?
He's
He is
going
going to
out.
go
He
out.
probably had to get taped up for whatever it was that he had the problem with.
Ryan Howard will lead it off for the Phils. Howard hitting at .250. Hit his second home run of the year yesterday at Citizens Bank Park. He has 4 RBIs. Big swing, no contact, 1 strike to Howard.
And that was a home run last night. At the end of the bat, but got enough of it to get it out in the left field into the seats.
And he flares this one into left field for a base hit. So Howard is the leadoff base runner. The Phillies' first hit off Williams. It'll bring on Mike Lieberthal. Lieberthal hitting at .229.
Ryan Howard stays right in there and just goes that way with it. And that was one of the things he was doing in Scranton, was not trying to pull everything, but going the other way with the pitches.
So Howard at first with nobody out here in the third. 1 ball and no strikes to Lieberthal. Line drive hit to left field. Howard will move up to second base. So the Phils have their first 2 men on base here in the third inning. It'll bring on Corey Lytle, who will be asked to bunt the runners along. Corey hitting at .192. He has 5 sacrifices.
The Phils, after a tough loss last night, got in here late, but they need to regroup and get things back together. They can win a series here, and they go home, and it's kind of in their own hands going home for the 3 days before the break against the Nationals. They can make up some ground.
Howard at second, Lieberthal at first. Lytle showing bunt. Takes it down and in. 1 ball and no strikes to Lytle. You fans in the Reading area, you want to go out to the Reading Phillies game on Wednesday night. Almost hit him.
Yep.
That'll be at First Energy Stadium in Reading. Reading and Akron before the game. Charlie Wagner, Broadway Charlie, is going to be presented with his 2004 World Series ring by Executive Vice President Charles Steinberg of the Boston Red Sox. Oh, that's a great bunt. That is a great bunt. Almost petered out. Wow. Great bunt by Corey Lytle. He came close to beating that baby out. I guess the job done. It almost was more than that.
With that, they had the wheel play on where the shortstop goes to third. The third baseman Sanchez is supposed to charge. We see the bunt, and then Sanchez, he goes back to the bag, but the shortstop Jack Wilson is also over there, so the pitcher has to get there and make the play, and he just does.
So Corey Lytle moves him up for Jimmy Rollins, who flied out to deep left his first time up. The Pirates will keep that infield back. Good catch by Doman. One ball and no strikes to Jimmy Rollins.
Jimmy's been hitting the ball in the air quite a bit lately. Did it his first time up. If he can do that, they can get a run out of it.
Missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 1-0 Pittsburgh, with the Phils threatening here in the third inning.
Jay Rowe with 23 RBIs overall, but only 1 in his last 11 games.
He's among the leaders in batting with runners in scoring position. He's 9th in the league in that category, hitting .345 with runners in scoring position. Trickles it fair, and the runners have to hold, and Rollins is out. That is a big out, number 2. So it's up to Jason Michaels here.
This ball right down the line, just over the bag. You'd see Jim Wolf, third base umpire, right on top of it. And Ryan Howard has to go back to the bag, trying to stay in foul territory.
And now Dave Williams wants a word with his catcher, Ryan Doman.
Situation where the Phillies are going well. They're getting these runs in. Big 2-out hits. Not leaving men on third base with less than 2 outs. That's what they got to start doing. It's something Bobby Abreu talked about. They got to start doing the little things. Getting back in that winning streak. Jason Michaels over 500 since the end of May with runners in scoring position.
1 ball and no strikes. Got the breaking ball over. 1-1. Pops a foul out of play. A ball and 2 strikes to Jason Michaels. Good catch by Doman. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Billy runners second and third, 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Close. Full count to Michaels.
Base open with Bobby Abreu on deck, but Bobby Abreu, I don't know if Williams necessarily wants to not give in to Michaels.
Was beats a foul, still 3-2. Change up. Well, the Mets have beaten Washington 5-2. Braden Looper saved that game for New York.
Only 11th loss at home for Washington. The Mets trying to help out everybody in the division.
Three balls and 2 strikes to Jason Michaels. Walked in. So the bases are loaded for Bobby Abreu. Bobby grounded out his first time up. Are you ready for your 2005 Major League Baseball All-Star Game? Tune in for the action live from Detroit on July 12th at 8 Eastern Time. And remember, this All-Star Game counts. The winner hosting the World Series. Bobby Abreu a chance to give the Phillies the lead here. One strike to Abreu.
Bobby at .315 with runners in scoring position. Certainly like to see him up that right now.
Pops him up foul. It's going to be out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. National League starters in the All-Star game, including Bobby Abreu, Jim Edmonds, and Beltran, Carlos Beltran in the outfield. Mike Piazza, Derek Lee, Jeff Kemp, David Eckstein and Scott Rowland. One ball and 2 strikes. Pops it up foul and out of play. Still 1-2. Phillies have him loaded. Howard at third, Lieberthal at second. They singled. Michaels at first. He walked. 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Wide 2-2. Inside 3-2. So a big pitch here.
Fastball way up and in. Bobby bailing out of the way.
3-2. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Long drive into deep right. Watch this, baby. Grand slam home run. Bobby Abreu. And the Phillies take a 4-1 lead here in the 3rd inning.
How about that for an answer to being an all-star? Wow, did he open up and turned on that ball? Home run number 18 for Bobby Abreu, his 4th career grand slam. And now 56 RBIs for Bobby.
And the lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant Janet Pappas of Burnville, Pennsylvania, winning $200 on Bobby Abreu's grand slam on our McDonald's home run jackpot.
There was no doubt about it. Deep in the seats in right field.
And that was after getting down 0-2 on the first 2 pitches, L.A. Burrow pops one foul out of play.
That's something Bobby Abreu, I mean, he'll see a lot of pitches, and it seems like the more you see, it only makes sense. The better timing you're going to have, the better idea you're going to have of his stuff. Not afraid to get behind in the count.
Burrow was called out on strikes his first time up. No balls and 2 strikes to Pat Burrow. Burrow goes down swinging. That'll retire the side, but not before Bobby Abreu gives the Phillies a 4-1 lead. A grand slam, 4 runs, 3 hits, and nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning here at PNC Park. It's Phil's 4 and the Pirates 1. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Chevrolet. Meet your new ride, Chevy Cobalt. See your local Chevy dealer today. And by Southwest Airlines, nonstop service to over 59 destinations all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. Bobby Abreu will start the All-Star game with that grand slam home run, giving the Phillies a 4-1 lead. 18 homers now for the season for Bobby and 56 RBIs. Matt Lawton leads it off for Pittsburgh here in the 3rd. 1 strike to Lawton. Excuse me, it's Dave Williams, the pitcher. Williams hitting at 083. Lifetime, he's a 108 hitter. He has 9 career hits. He's made the most of them. Has 8 career RBIs. Has hit 1 home run. 3 years ago against the Cubs' Jason Beret. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dave Williams. Called third strike, struck him out. That'll be the second strikeout for Lytle. 1 down here in the third. Well, the Dodgers will be coming to Citizens Bank Park in the middle of July, Tuesday, July 19, 7:05. That'll be Hatfield Phillies Frank Stoller Dog Night. Again, Wednesday, July 20th, 7:05. Then Thursday, July 21st, it'll be a Citizens Bank Business Person Special at 1:05. Order your tickets for the Phils and the Dodgers. Call 215-463-1000. You can order online at Phillies.com. Matt Lawton struck out his first time up. Looks at a breaking ball for a called strike. Another breaking ball, called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes.
It's got to help Corey Lytle getting 4 runs here after giving up a run in the bottom of the second. Phillies come back with 4 on Bobby's grand slam.
Bouncing ball tapped to Howard. Ryan will make the play himself, and that's 2 down.
American League starters, Jason Varitek of Boston. Boston has 4 guys on the team. Manny Ramirez, Johnny Damon, and David Ortiz. Vladimir from the Angels. And Tejada from Baltimore at shortstop. Alex Rodriguez from the Yankees. Brian Roberts and Mark Teixeira, 2 newcomers on that list.
Pretty much dominated the starting lineup by American League East players from the Yankees, Baltimore, and Boston. Eddie Sanchez grounded out his first time up. Speaking of the Yankees in Baltimore, the O's are leading the Yankees 8-7 in the 8th inning at Yankee Stadium. Line drive center field right at Jason Michaels, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Corey Lytle. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. Chris Wheeler joins Larry Anderson in the 4th after 3. 4-1 Phils.
Well, baseball fans, all-star voting isn't over. Vote for the 32nd player in each team using your mobile phone. Text keyword vote to MY, that's my MLB 59652, and cast your all-star vote. July the 3rd through the 6th, 99 cents per vote. Standard message rates apply, or vote at MLB.com. And here are your candidates, including 2 Phillies, Andy. Now, last year, remember, Bobby Abreu made it because they had all position players. Evidently, Tony La Russa, the manager of the ball club, wants a pitcher.
Yep. And the American League, the final vote. Crawford from Tampa Bay, Derek Jeter, all out, all players, no pitchers on that list. Derek Jeter, Torrey Hunter, Matsui.
Right, so that's Terry Francona's choice, of course, because he'll be the manager of the American League squad this year, coming off the Boston championship. Here's Chase Utley, and a very strange strikeout his first time up. Did he go on that one? No, says Jim Wolf. It looked like he went after a pitch. And where did it hit him?
In the back, left shoulder.
Is that what it was?
Maybe. I mean, he started to swing, and that brought his left shoulder closest to the plate, hit him in the back shoulder, but his bat went around. It was called correctly.
It was a strikeout. That's got to be the worst. I mean, you talk about the cheap ones when a guy gets nailed on the uniform shirt, but how about when you strike out
and you get hit?
You get hit.
That's a bonus for the pitcher.
Oh, pitcher's got to just love that. Williams will pitch inside once in a while, and he got burned last inning. He threw a heck of a 2-2 to Abreu. Then looked like he may have tried to do it again and left it over the middle of the plate, and boom, grand slam. Utley, shallow center field. That's Rob Makoviak out there. Drifts around, makes a play, 1 out.
Now, this is what it is. I think one thing, Chase Utley trying to stay in there, and a good breaking ball by Williams, so he's trying to stay in there, but he doesn't pick up the fact that it's a fastball. He goes after it, gets hit in the shoulder.
Right, he'd been pitching him away the whole at bat, and then came up and in. And he definitely swung at it, as you see there on that replay.
And Bobby down 0-2 in the count, but you know, he's down 0-2. He sees a lot of pitches, and Oh, he missed with that 2-2 pitch in and tries to come back. That's one thing you. Bases loaded.
Did he go after that? Did he bunt at it? No, it doesn't look like.
But bases loaded, or any situation there when you're deep in the count, and you try and come in back to back. There's not much room for error, especially with the bases. There's no room for error with the bases loaded. You don't want to walk the guy in. You don't want to hit him, and you end up leaving the ball on the plate too much.
Really surprised when he came back in.
I was too. I mean, I don't like to see it. Guys coming in with 2 strikes with bases loaded.
I mean, and he almost got him. And the irony of that whole thing too was the way they pitched around Jason Michaels with the bat. Base open, a lot of breaking balls. Finally, a high breaking ball or change up to walk him, and then Abreu made him pay. But they were just going with percentages there. David fouls it back. He lined to Jack Wilson, the shortstop, his first time up. I'm sure you guys have documented David Bell so good this year off left-handed pitching. There's Bobby Abreu with a big smile on the bench as he crushed that grand slam deep into the seats. And, you know, you can't hit him in the water here like you can in San Francisco into McCovey Cove. No. I think they've had a couple go out there. Is it just one?
One in the air.
In the air. Bell hits this one well to left center field. Back goes Bay. Back goes Makoviak. It's a one-hopper into the seats. A ground rule double for David Bell, who continues to crush left-handed pitching. That's his 13th double of the year, and he is at second with 1 out.
I don't know if looked like Jason Bay didn't think that ball was going to go that far. It looked like he was going full tilt towards it, like he had a beat on, and the ball just kept going. David Bell puts a good swing on. I think he might have thought he got it. That's a deep part of the park there in left center at 410.
They can't judge him out there any better than we can up here.
No. Man.
It's really high up here.
That's what I was saying. From up here, every pitch looked like it's low.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, it is.
It is. One thing you don't have to worry about is a foul ball hitting you in this booth.
No. But there was Bobby Abreu who fouled a ball up like almost eye level to us. And didn't get back this
That's
way.
shocking to see a ball at eye level. Ryan Howard got himself a base hit. The left scored on Bobby's slam. Called a strike. One thing about Ryan Howard you noticed right away, and you know, who knows what this kid's going to be like. I mean, he's a minor league terror, but it's different up here. But he does stay in against left-handed pitching, and he does hit the ball the other way, the way he did his first time up. Now I would imagine a guy who hits as many home runs as he hit in the minors has to be able to take a ball middle in and crank it.
You would think. I think where Ryan Howard's gotten hurt when he came up the first time and we saw him strike out yesterday was a high fastball.
He also gets to try to pull too much. That was a good breaking ball there, and he struck him out on a foul tip. So 2 outs, a base open for Lieberthal, and you would think they would walk him now and go to Corey Lytle and turn the lineup over.
Breaking ball down and away after first. They said the first time up he got him in a high fast or threw him a high fastball, but and that's the one thing I think he's very leery of. And he gets him with the slow breaking ball.
See Lloyd McClendon put up the 4 fingers, so they will walk Mike Lieberthal. Mike singled his first time up and scored on the grand slam home run by Bobby Abreu, his 3rd career. And the last one was a couple years ago at Wrigley off Kerry Wood. Philly's 2nd slam of the year. The other by Chase Utley off of Troy Hawkins of the Giants at Citizens Bank Park.
Well, one of the reasons you walk him, you're down 3 runs, and you got a team that's, there's only 3 teams hitting lower than the Pirates in the National League.
Pirates had a huge explosion yesterday, really, when you think about it. I mean, they have really struggled. I was watching their game yesterday, and their guys were talking about how ineffective they are as far as situation hitting goes. And, you know, those are the kind of things that lose low-run games.
Only Houston has scored fewer runs than the Pirates.
Well, there are your base runners, Bell and Lieberthal. And Corey Lytle put down a perfect bunt his last time up. Gets a breaking ball over, does the graduate of Caesar Rodney High School. Of course, you knew that Caesar Rodney was a signer of the Declaration of Independence, which is quite a note here on the 4th of July.
Everybody knew that.
Lytle high in the air to left, down the line, foul, and nobody can get there. Jack Wilson tumbles into the stands. Just a long strike. 0-2. Yes, I was amazed by that when I brought that up to you.
By the fact I knew it?
Being the history, you know, I really love history and,
Right.
and do pay a lot of attention to it, read a lot about it. Didn't know that. And then I brought that up to you and you said, oh, I knew that. You're so full of it. That's just such a joke.
Like for about a second and a half, I had you.
You had me. And then I realized, who am I
You
talking
knew,
to? Struck him out, and that'll end the inning. Caesar Rodney High School graduate Dave Williams strikes out Corey Lytle. It's 4-1 Phils. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Quality Plus Ford dealers. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers, check out our new models at lincolnmercury.com. Part of the order for the Pittsburgh Pirates here. Happy 4th of July on a gorgeous afternoon here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A steamy summer afternoon. It feels, Andy, like the 4th of July.
Yeah, it does. Well, I'm kind of surprised, being the 4th of July, that you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't believe that I knew that about Caesar Rodney.
No, I didn't. Time now for Citizens Bank. Not your typical fan. Each game will scan the crowd to find a fan or fans who set themselves apart from the rest.
At the patriotic look today, as well they should.
They gave those caps away right there. They're pretty neat.
Yeah.
Hope they drop one off in here.
I wouldn't mind that.
They're sharp looking. Fans, log on to citizensbankpark.com to learn more about the not your typical features at Citizens Bank Park. Citizens Bank, the convenient way to bank with the most 7-day branches. Philadelphia All-Star Jason Bay will lead it off. Fly to center his first time up. Corey Lytle starts him high in the back of the nickel, or the quarters that they gave out in the last few years of the states.
Right.
On the back of the
Quarters,
quarter
yeah.
is a Caesar Rodney on horseback.
Yes, of course. Of course, you probably also didn't realize that I knew that he was also the Attorney General.
No, no, that's wrong.
No.
He was a nephew of a
Well, yeah.
Attorney General under, we believe, James Madison.
Close enough.
Thing you know both would be Dolly Madison. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouled away. Where the University of Wisconsin plays their football games. This guy's a good-looking player right here, Jason Bay. Nice to face him with nobody on. Swing and a miss. Corey Lytle continues to pitch well, as he has all year. Really since he came over here last year. Florida Marlins are coming to town later on this month for 4, the 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. And on Sunday the 17th, Pat Burrell and Billy Wagner's Sports Picks action figures will be given away. You can order your tickets at 215-463-1000 anytime online at Phillies.com. There's one of the boats floating along the Allegheny River outside the ballpark. Of course, the Monongahela's on the other side of the ballpark, and they form to join the Ohio River.
You got any connections with anybody that has a boat around here?
No.
Go out on after the game?
I don't do boats.
No.
No. They sure look pretty out there, though, don't they?
I might do a little water skiing.
You going to use water skis?
Yep.
Good. No balls and 1 strike to Darrell Ward, who aims one to right. This guy's just a good hitter. Now Bobby Abreu's on it quickly. Ward doesn't run very well. He bobbled it. Ward doesn't run all that well, and I thought they might freeze him at first or throw him out, but when he bobbled it, it's a double.
Well, Bobby's got an accurate arm, a strong arm out in right field. I think he was thinking about it, maybe tried to hurry a little too much getting that ball off the wall. He goes down and gets this. Look at that. He bent over, hunched over, and goes down to get it. Right there, Bobby just trying to get it out of his glove. Ward's looking at him, but I think Bobby might have had a shot.
Darrell Ward is really a good hitter. Reminds you a little bit of Randall Simon, only more disciplined.
He's the one that put the ball in the water in the air.
When he was with Houston.
479 feet. It'll be 2 years ago Wednesday.
He's the only one.
Yep.
Jose Castillo singled and scored his first time out. They've had some that have gone out there and hit the pavement out there, right?
There's 15 of them in all that have gone into the river, but the only one in the air was Darrell Ward.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of pavement out there behind the ballpark and a long way to the river.
Matt Stairs has done it 3 times. Lawton a couple of times.
Matt Stairs played here for a while with the Pirates. They're going to have the All-Star game here next year.
Are they?
Yeah, so that'll be a fun home run hitting contest. Swing and a miss, good breaking ball. And the count 1-2. Yeah, I mean, that'll photograph really neat for the All-Star game. They get some left-handed bombers to hit some out there during the home run hitting contest.
It's a beautiful setting here.
It is.
You see there, you look out in right field at night when the buildings are lit up. It really is pretty. The bridge is lit up.
That is the Roberto Clemente Bridge that leads back over to downtown Pittsburgh over the Allegheny River. Down low. Good block by Mike. 2-2.
Still haven't gotten a report on what Jose Castillo did on that scoring from first. There you see the bridge. That first inning, Makoviak hit a double into the gap in left center with Castillo at first and came limping around to the plate.
Stayed in the game, obviously. Young third baseman from Venezuela. Guy they're very high on. The second baseman, I mean, has a terrific arm. Has a shortstop's arm. And he beats it foul. They started the game yesterday against Milwaukee. Just happened to be watching it. And the first play was Brady Clark hit a ground ball to Jack Clark up the middle that he kind of bobbled, but then he flipped it to Castillo. Jack Wilson flipped it to Castillo, and he gunned Brady Clark down at first.
Brady Clark runs well.
He does. It was an amazing play, and you can see what a great arm this kid has. Fights one off, and it's a base hit to right field. Ward will be held at third as Abreu gets it back in quickly, but the Pirates with runners at the corners now and only 1 out here in the 4th inning for Rob Makoviak, who doubled in their run.
Not a bad pitch by Lytle. He just muscled it over Utley's head. Ward had to hold up to make sure the ball wasn't going to be caught. Well, I guess got a little more of the plate than he wanted, trying to come inside. Throwing it up there is not a problem. It's just he got a little too much of the plate. And you see Darrell Ward watches the fly to the ball and then sees Utley's not going to have a chance, but that keeps Ward from scoring.
Mike Lieberthal out with Corey Lytle. Makoviak, a left-handed batter at home plate, has grounded into 5 double plays this year. And that would be the best way out of the inning for Corey Lytle.
I don't think there's anything that charges a pitcher up more than a double play, especially when you have somebody at third or bases loaded. You know, scoring position, you get a double play. Oh, nothing like it. But you got to think, when you're out of the mountains, you start thinking double play, and you end up making pitches to get the ground ball, and you can get a double play.
Line to left. Here comes Burrell. He's there, makes the play, and Ward will not go. Pat Burrell's throw was offline. The crowd didn't like it. But John Russell, playing safety first there, does not try to score the base runner with down by 3 runs, so they're 2 outs.
Well, you have to respect Pat Burrell's arm and left.
And Ward is not a good runner, and they're down by 3. Of course, Sandy, if the third baseman had a crystal ball and knew it was going to be that far offline, but
yeah,
not quite that easy when you're down there and have to make those split-second decisions. Brian Dumet, the batter, and he tops one foul at the plate. They like this kid's bat. They've used him in the outfield. They've used him as a DH, and he's catching here today. The switch hitter.
One guy they're missing is Craig Wilson, who's out on a rehab assignment.
Has a finger injury, right?
I think that's what it is.
Kind of a weird
finger injury, like a tendon. And Craig Wilson, a guy who really helped Lloyd McClendon last year. And Domit grounds one towards Chase Hutton. And out of the inning is Corey Lytle. Nice job by Lytle. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left on base. Phil's by 3.
The Phils will be looking their best against the Nationals starting Friday, July 8th at 7:05 for Independence Blue Cross fireworks. July 9th at 1:20 for Photo Day, and July 10th at 1:35. Order at Phillies.com or call 215-463-1000.
Grand slam home run by Bobby Abreu. The Phillies lead at 4-1. Comcast Sportsnet is leaving the studio behind in search of fun in the sun. Every Monday night, Comcast Sportsnet is touring the Philadelphia region, meeting new people and checking out the games. They play. Watch Summer Stops. That's tonight at 10. On Sports Night, it's only on Comcast Sportsnet. Phillies at the top of the order as we go to the 5th inning on a steamy July 4th afternoon. Independence Day and a nice day in Pittsburgh. See a look at PNC Park, one of the newer parks. It's the 5th year for this beautiful yard, and as I mentioned, the All-Star game will be here next year. Jimmy Rollins, Jason Michaels, Bobby Abreu will lead it off. Jimmy tries to bunt his way on, and he makes it. That was going to have to be a perfect play because he gets the left-handed pitcher, Andy, falling off the mound towards third.
That's exactly what he does. He did a pretty good job of getting over there on the bunt, but Ward threw it behind him. I don't know if even if he threw it and led him perfectly, if he would have been able to get him. Jimmy Rollins pushes it by him, and Williams gets over there pretty good. And you got to go straight to the bag, and right there he couldn't lead him, so I don't know, might have slowed him down, but Jimmy Rollins looked like he might have been able to beat it out anyway.
Jimmy 4 for 28, and that's a good way to maybe start getting some hits. Bunch your way on. Now he's 1 for 3, and here's Jason Michaels. Fly to left, and they pitched around him last time with 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs. Walked him eventually, as he had a very good patient at bat. And then Bobby Abreu followed with the grand slam home run. Michaels is a .375 career hitter in this ballpark with a home run and .316 lifetime off Pittsburgh pitching, starting his 36th game in center field with a count of 1-1. Fouled off right side, out of play. Phillies dodging a bullet in that 4th inning. Would like to add on now, not just sit on this 4-1 lead. Williams fakes Jimmy Rollins back. Jimmy tied for 6th in the league with 19 stolen bases. Well, that's close to a balk move right there. But a hard move to run on, I would think. Very tricky. And the 26-year-older out of the Dover, Delaware area. He makes his home now in Bradenton, Florida. That's where the Pirates train. Way outside.
Jimmy with 19 stolen bases, 3 of them off of left-handers.
I don't know if you can pick up this guy real easily, though, especially with that funky move he just threw over there. Jimmy has a good lead. Doesn't go. Inside to Jason Michaels. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Possible running situation now. See if Charlie Manuel starts him from first. Michaels makes pretty good contact.
Also, I mean, he's got a good eye up there. He's got 30 walks now, and about almost half the at-bats that Bobby Abreu has. Bobby was 61 walks.
There's that move over, and of course you have to be careful of anything here. Just don't leave early if you're running. And as Andy mentioned, a good on-base percentage for Jason Michaels. That a lot of times will let a manager start a runner here. Think he won't swing through it or chase a bad ball. He goes, and it's in the hole, a base hit. Jimmy around second. He's going to go to third. So there you go. You start the runner with a hitter you trust and get a first and third out of it with nobody out and set up for the middle of the order.
It's so important. If you get a guy that'll make contact, that'll take pitches, he'll take a walk, and you know, when he swings, he's putting the bat on the ball. You see Jimmy Rollins, not a great jump, but once he's going, he sees the ball in the hole, he's getting to third base easily.
Jason Bay doing all he can, but with Rollins running. It's one of those things, you know, your fans say all the time, you know, well, why don't you run with this? Why don't you hit? Why don't you do? A lot of it has to do with your personnel.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. There's some things you can and can't do depending on your players.
Right. Bobby Abreu rips one towards right center. That's a base hit. Bobbled out there by the right fielder Lawton. Coming around third is going to be Jason Michaels on the error. And the Phillies get 2 out of it and lead it 6-1. That was just going to be a base hit and an RBI.
A single and an RBI. I think Jason Michaels obviously would have gotten to third, but that bobble out there by Lawton actually kind of kicked it behind him, to the side and behind him, and Bobby gets the second easily. Piece of hitting by him right here. He just kind of got the ball, let the ball get a little too close to him, and gets short hopped or handcuffed a little bit.
Right, Andy, as you say, I mean, that should be a single, an RBI, and an E9. Well, Bobby Abreu having a big ball game here this afternoon. He sat down with Andy before the game and talked about believing in this ball club.
We always believed, you know, that we can make the playoff. It's only a few games to finish the first half. And I think the more important thing is the second half. And if we finish good in the first half, the second half is going to be better.
Well, I think that's exactly what, you know, Bobby's talking about is, you know, finishing here. They got the 4-game series here against Pittsburgh, who's been struggling. And then you go home with 3 games against the Nationals, and they can kind of make their own bed. And they can pick up some ground. And that's what they got to do. You go into the break with some momentum, and you hopefully come out with that momentum. The Phil's coming into the game 9 games back.
Pat Burrell has struck out twice today. That was a single, an RBI, an E9. And Spin Williams gets on the phone to their bullpen. They have a lot of guys out there in that bullpen. Or that's Pete McCannon, excuse me, bench coach. Burrell loops one into right center. That's a base hit. Abreu got a great jump, and he'll score easily. And the Phillies have tacked on another run here. They lead it 7-1 in the 5th inning. Give Pat Burrell RBI number 62.
Burrell just muscles this ball into right. Bobby reads it well. Off to the races, scores easily.
Bobby Abreu, well, they're going to make a pitching change. Bobby Abreu's career high in runs batted in a game is 6 against San Diego. On August 24th of '99, he has 5 today. So a pitching change here at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Back right after this.
Tomorrow night at 7, the Phillies take on their Keystone State rivals, the Pittsburgh Pirates. After the game, don't miss Sloan Toyota presents Phillies Postgame Live. Phillies Pirates tomorrow at 7. Get your game on Comcast Sportsnet.
Why am I a Phillies fan? Well, besides just being our team and our town, it's about tradition. It's about my grandfather taking my father, about my father taking me, and me taking my children to the game. My name is Anthony Imuri, and I'm fan enough.
And back here at PNC Park, Phillies with some early afternoon fireworks here. Here are the changes right now. The Pirates are making a few of them. Freddie Sanchez will move from third to second. The new third baseman is Rob Makoviak. He moves in from center field. The center fielder is Tyke Redmond. He's going to bat ninth. And the new pitcher batting fifth in the spot vacated by Jose Castillo will be Ryan Vogelsong, a right-hander out of Central Pennsylvania. 21 games for him. He was a starting pitcher when we saw the Pirates last year. And there are the numbers on it.
He pitched a pretty good game against the Phillies when they came here early in the season.
The Phillies opened the season here last year and lost 2 out of 3. And it was cold.
It was a little chilly.
Oh.
Not as bad as it is hot and muggy today.
Oh, it's nice here today. Fouled away. It feels like a hitter's day today. And the Phillies are doing just that. Nobody out in the inning. See, Chase Utley today is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to center. So Dave Williams will go 3+ or 4+, charged with 8 hits. And there's a bullet into center and another base hit. Burrell will go to third as Redmond boots it, and Burrell's going to score. And here comes Utley all the way to third. And boy, the outfield right now for the Pirates is really struggling. Redmond just came in the game, and he's going to get hit with an error. That'll be a single for Utley, an error in the center fielder, no RBI. Another run for the Phils, a 4-run inning. It's 8-1.
Well, when things aren't going right, they're not going right at all. And Tyke Redmond just got kind of caught in there where Lawton did on Bobby's ball. Burrell hesitates. I mean, he's hesitating at second base. He ends up going all the way around.
So the Pirates have to bring the infield in, still with nobody out, and David Bell, the batter, tops one foul. David has lined out and doubled. He's hit it hard twice today. Phillies, who had 3 hits and all kinds of frustration in that game last night, get here about 3 o'clock in the morning, and they have come out smoking here today. You never know. Fly ball center field. Redmond, a long run, and he can't get there. It'll go to the wall, and David Bell is on his way to third. Is he going to get a triple? Yes.
Yep.
He doesn't get a lot of those. His first of the year, and everything they're hitting right now seems to drop in. The last triple for David Bell was when he hit for the cycle last year on June the 28th.
A fastball down and away. He goes down and gets it. And Tyke Redmond trying to make up for that bobble on Utley's ball. Can't come up with this.
You see Bell almost stumbled and fell going around first, but he knocks in the run. It's 9-0, and here's, or 9-1, and here is Ryan Howard takes it outside. Tyke Redmond, he was just kind of chilling in the dugout a few minutes ago. And now all of a sudden, he's sprawled all over the place out there in the outfield. Howard takes it outside. 2 balls and no strikes with Mike Lieberthal on deck. Still nobody out. 6 straight Phillies have reached base in this inning. They put a 5 spot up. And Howard takes it outside for a strike. 2-1. Big crowd here this afternoon too. I mean, a huge crowd, and they are not happy right now. Look at this. Look at this house the Pirates have.
They shouldn't be happy with the way the Pirates are playing.
Yeah, I mean that's a nightmare. I mean, you come off a horrible road trip, win yesterday, and then all these people come out to watch you play today, and you stink out the joint. But the Phillies, to their credit, are hitting it hard. Lloyd McClellan, now the hat's back. Ryan swings and misses. He has a hit today and has scored a run and struck out.
David Bell had that cycle last year. He's got 2 tough ones, a double and triple now.
Right.
Single and home run.
And he lined out his first time, up hit a bullet his first time. Howard hits this deep to left field. Back goes Bay. Oh, a great catch by Jason Bay. David Bell will tag and score. Pirates finally get an out, but the Phillies lead it 10-1 and give Ryan Howard his 5th run batted in.
Jason Bay out there fighting the sun a little bit. The sun right in the left fielder's eyes. This ball hit well by Howard. He's battling it, but makes a nice catch. See, he's using his glove. He's got the sunglasses on, his glove to shade his eyes.
Mike Lieberthal takes it inside. He has singled and scored and been intentionally walked. So the first out of the inning does produce a 10th run for the Phillies, a 6-run inning. And a 4th of July explosion for them, 10-1. They have been in all kinds of trouble scoring runs. And today, big time scoring. (3-0) from Vogelsong.
Well, 6 runs in the inning, but only 3 RBIs. That tells you something.
And a walk. So they will bat around, maybe plus, depending on what happens with Corey Lytle, who has to love what he's watching this inning. Hey, speaking of fireworks in the 4th of July, there's another one coming up. Had a great fireworks show on Friday night after that Atlanta game. Well, there's another one in case you missed it, and that'll be this coming Friday at 7:05 after the game between the Phillies and the Nationals. So come on out. It is a terrific show. Compliments of Independence Blue Cross. A spectacular fireworks show. Order your tickets right now before they're sold out. You can order online at Phillies.com or call 215-463-1000. Look out. Boy, Vogelsong's a little wild. He almost hit Lieberthal with a couple pitches. Spins Lytle out of there, who sacrificed and struck out.
The fastball is a good sinking fastball, and he's got good movement on it. He tries to pitch inside. That ball just ran right in on Lytle.
And the pitching coach, Spin Williams, out there speaking with Ryan Vogelsong. Vogelsong lives in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Was a 1995 graduate of Octorara High School in Atglen, Pennsylvania. That's in the Lancaster area, I believe. Fouled away.
Six runs this inning, ties a season high. They did it back last time on the 4th of June against Arizona, or last time the 22nd of June against the Mets. Before that.
And Lytle gets a base hit to right field as he fights that one off. Matt Lawton gets it back in. Lieberthal stops at second. 9 batters have come to home plate in this inning. Jimmy Rollins started it with that bunt single, and here he comes again.
And you know what? It's so important. He starts it with a bunt single, getting on base and setting the table. Lytle gets another knock for himself.
His 6th of the year.
Phillies with 11 hits. We're in the bottom of the 5th, only 1 out.
Wow, the fans are starting to thinking about what they had planned for later today. Ballpark is across the river, as we showed you, from downtown Pittsburgh. So a lot of people park over there and then just walk over the bridge to all those parking garages downtown. They walk over that Roberto Clemente Bridge. And unfortunately for the Pirates, they're probably going to have a lot of people walking over that early today.
There probably won't be a mass exodus after the 9th inning.
There's that boat we ordered for you. Put in a little call after you requested it.
Appreciate that.
Rollins to center field, carrying well. Redmond is there and makes the play, and that's the 2nd out. Base runners will stay put.
Center fielder
And Jason Michaels will bat. He's been in the middle of stuff today. Oh, that looks nice out there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Here's a vote.
River Rescue. Yeah.
Right, the city of Pittsburgh. Hopefully they can just cruise around out there today and won't be needed. There's a big fireworks show planned for tonight down on the point south of here. Oh, there goes some people across the bridge right now. Jason takes it high. He's lined out to left, walked and scored, singled and scored. Huge inning for the Phillies. A couple errors by the Pirates. On plays in the outfield. Michael's got a good rip at that. Fouled it back. 11 hits in the game now. Get a little cranky. It's kind of hot here.
Phillies had a season high 8 hits in Oakland in an inning. 7 this inning.
That was a Friday night game they won at Oakland. And a swing and a miss by Michaels, 1-2. Bobby Abreu on deck. He's had a big game with a grand slam home run, an RBI single in this inning. His career high 6 runs batted in a game and 5 already. They're going to need Vogelsong. Race to the bag, and Ward gets it to him, and that will finally end the inning. Big 6-run inning for the Phils. 7 hits and 2 men left on base. There's a montage of the damage done in this inning. Phillies now with a 10-1 lead. On Sunday, July the 17th at 1:35, the Phillies and the Florida Marlins will play at beautiful Citizens Bank Park in a twin pack of 3-inch tall action figures of both Pat Burrell hitting and Billy Wagner pitching. Free for all fans 14 and under. There's our first look. Whoa, those are neat looking. Pat Burrell and Billy Wagner for fans 14 and under. The Phillies and the Fish on Sunday, July the 17th. Game time 1:35. You can order online at Phillies.com or call 215-463-1000. Jack Wilson will lead it off. There are the totals on the game. The Phillies with a 4-run inning and a 6 spot today. Lead 10-1. Wilson batting 8th. Hopped to second his first time up. Tyke Redmond batting 9th will bat next. Corey Lytle with a strike. And then the right fielder Matt Lawton, who's the leadoff batter. Wilson lines it to left. Burrell is right there. Pat the play. Boy, the sun's getting tough out there. He saw Burrell have trouble with that.
National League All-Star pitchers Chris Carpenter was really pitching well. Roger Clemens leading the league, and ERA Livan Hernandez, who has been incredible. Pedro, Jake Peavy, Smoltz, and Dontrell Willis are the starting pitchers. Relievers Chad Cordero, who you say about him, I don't think he gave up a run in June. Brian Fuentes from Colorado, Isringhausen, and Lidge.
Redmond swings at the first pitch he sees. Jimmy, a low throw, nice play. Ryan Howard, 2 outs.
Jimmy Rollins stays back on this ball. Tyke Redmond runs well. You got to get something on it, and he does.
And the big guy digs it out at first. And first baseman, boy, they can save their infielders a lot of errors. Lawton, the batter, he struck out in the first inning, grounded out to Ryan Howard. There's Ryan with that big picker down there. This ballpark a little different than most, Andy, in that the sun sets towards left field. Most of the sun fields are centered to right. This one's centered to left, so you could see Burrell really struggling with that last ball that was hit out there to him.
Saw with Jason Bay on Ryan Howard's sac fly.
Just the way this one's turned, and the sun field in left field here. Lawton on one hop to David Bell. And Corey Lytle gets rid of the Pirates fast here in the 5th. No runs, hits, errors, and nobody left. Through 5, it's 10-1 Phillies.
Our Independence Blue Cross deserving Philly is Fred Myers. The starting right-hander was brilliant in Saturday's matinee win against Atlanta. Myers took a one-hitter into the 9th inning and at one point retired 20 straight Braves. Although he failed to complete the shutout, he finished the game going 8 1/3 innings, striking out 9 and winning for the first time in nearly a month. For good measure, he chipped in with the bat, helping himself with a key RBI single. Fred's bounce back is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. You deserve it.
It's hard to explain or rationalize sometimes how much one hit can do for a ball club, Andy, but you got to think that grand slam that Abreu hit, 3-2, 2 outs, 1-0 game, loosened everybody up.
I mean, they're behind. He's down to 0-2 in the count with 2 outs.
And trailing 1-0.
Yep.
And all of a sudden he pops one. It's 4-1. Then they add a 6th spot.
It's 4-1, and then Lytle goes out and has a quick 1-2-3 inning too.
Which he just did again. Only has 60 some pitches. 61 pitches, and he threw 7 last inning after they threw a 6th spot up there.
Oh, you'd love to see that.
Bobby grounded out in the 1st inning, then hit the grand slam in the 3rd, singled in that 6-run 5th and knocked in a run. He has 5 RBIs today. Ryan Vogelsong on behind Delaware's Dave Williams, and the count 2-1. Williams charged with 8 earned runs today on 8 hits in 4+ innings. 2 so far to Vogelsong.
A tough outing for him. He started off the first few innings to him very well.
Two and 2. Philadelphia area flavor today with the 2 pitchers so far, in Williams and Vogelsong. They also have Ian Snell on their staff. He's from Caesar Rodney High School.
Bobby Abreu's first hit, the grand slam that really opened things up. See Tomas pumping a fist, a high five, Andy Chavez.
And the other was a base hit to center that was misplayed out there. Actually, the one to right that was misplayed by Lawton, the right fielder. And he strikes out on a high fastball. 1 out here in the 6th inning, and Pat Burrell will bat. 1 for 3 with an RBI hit, a run scored, and 2 punch outs. Vogelsong has a good arm. You know, I mean, you just don't see him enough to know why things haven't been better for him. But every time you see him, you're impressed with how hard he throws.
Throws hard. He's got good movement on his stuff. A decent slider.
Former San Francisco Giant, Vogelsong. You see what Pat's done today. 2-0. Chase Utley, the on-deck batter. See a lot of left-handed pitching in this series. 3 left-handed starters out of 4 games. So Utley and Howard will be tested. And their best left-handed pitcher, Oliver Perez, is on the DL.
The Phillies will see 3 left-handed starters. Well, they already saw 1. They'll see 2 more in the next 3 games in Mark Redmond on Wednesday and Zach Duke on Thursday.
Kip Wells tomorrow, who's always tough. Saw that Zach Duke pitch the other day on TV, and young left-hander made his first major league start. He throws hard. Good-looking young left-handed pitcher. Had 9 strikeouts in 7 innings. Good slider, good fastball.
Come on, right-handers.
And he walked them. So Pat Burrell with a walk with 1 out, and Chase Utley will bat 1 for 3.
American League All-Star pitchers Mark Burley, Barlow Colon, John Garland, the White Sox, Roy Halladay, Kenny Rogers, and Johan Santana. Relievers, Danis Baez, Justin DeSher, Duke Scher, Joe Nathan, Mariano Rivera, B.J. Ryan, and Bob Wickman.
Duke Scher, Andy, pitched pretty well against the Phillies out in Oakland in that series, and their closer went down.
I did not see him.
I know. That's why I was just picking that up
Thank
for you. He did a good job. Good enough he makes the All-Star team.
They must have done something right.
Oh, and 2 to Chase. He got his base hit off Vogelsong last inning in the 5th when they batted around +2. Foul back out of the glove. Not holding Burrell on at first. He's not going anywhere with the Phillies up by 9. You see Ward just playing behind him. Ripped to the gap in right center, and it is caught brilliantly by Lawton, and Burrell will have to scamper back to first. Oh, all the problems they've been having out there in the outfield. What a great play by Matt Lawton.
Well, this ball is smoked, and I thought it was going to slice away from him, but completely extended his Lawton and makes a great catch. Robs Chase Utley.
For our Rico defensive play of the game. There it is. What a terrific play. And David Bell, Andy mentioned he's got half of the cycle right now. The hardest part really well, not the home run is
A triple for David Bell is probably tougher.
The hardest part for him is a triple, like it is for most guys. And robbed of a hit his first time up in a line drive to short, and robbed again. Boy, David Bell has had some game. He has hit 4 balls on the nose. Nice play by Tyke Redmond in center field. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left, and 1 fills. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Dodge. Whoever said don't go there probably never got anywhere. Grab life by the horns. Dodge. By Southwest Airlines, nonstop service to over 59 destinations all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. And by WB Mason, official office supplier for the Philadelphia Phillies. Here's a look at the Phils dugout. Pretty nice in there today as they have a 10-1 lead. Jason Michaels has moved over to play right field. Andy Chavez has moved in to play center to give Bobby Abreu the rest of the ball game off. So there's Chavez getting a chance to play a little bit in center. And Freddie Sanchez, the batter. Corey Lytle mowing him down so far today. Had a tough spot there in the 4th inning. Got out of it, 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Sanchez, a base hit to left field. Hit it right off the end of the bat. So that's his first hit of the game. He's 1 for 3. And the Pirates All-Star representative Jason Bay will bat 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. Darrell Ward on deck, and then the pitcher spot comes up. Vogelsong batting in the number 5 hole for Lloyd McClendon. Fly ball center field. Chavez, a long run. Andy at the track makes the play, 1 away. Hit pretty well, but run down by the new center fielder.
Low pitch count for Lytle. He's just going out there. You get a game like this, and you go out there and say, let me make my pitches, let him hit it, use my defense.
That's just what he's doing. Nice lead. Darrell Ward doubled his last time up. He's also grounded out to Ryan Howard. Not holding the runner on at first. Sanchez. And a strike. Phillies with 11 hits and the Pirates with 5 here in the 6th.
.66 pitches. Look at the pitch count. 47 strikes, 19 balls.
Ward taps it foul.
Last outing in New York, Phil scored 5 for him in the 4th and had that hold up for a 6-3 win.
Hey, Corey Lytle in 25 starts with the Phillies prior to today, 12-7 with a 3.8 earned run average. I mean, the guy's done a good job.
Can't argue with that.
He came over here last August 8th or 9th, somewhere in that area. Upset with himself a little bit. Looked like he lost the grip on an off-speed pitch, either a change or a split. Lytle is 5'11". He's 189 pounds, 33 years of age, born in Hollywood, California. Makes his home now in Glendora. He was originally drafted by the Twins back in '90. Missed 2-2. And your point about him, Andy, is well taken. I mean, he's throwing all his pitches. He's still throwing splits and changeups to Ward. That's the way he wants to get him out.
I think that's so important. I don't care if you have a big lead. You know, some managers, the pitcher goes, just go throw fastballs. No, you pitch your game. And I mean, if it comes down to, you know, a situation where, you know, you got to throw a strike and you think you can get him with another pitch, but it's your 3rd or 4th pitch. Go with the fastball. Go with one you control more. But for the most part, you stay on your game.
There it is. I mean, he threw him a breaking ball there and struck him out. Mike Lieberthal blocks it, tags Ward, strikeout for Lytle, 2 away, and he continues to pitch his game.
I think what pitchers get in more trouble because they get out of their game. They start thinking differently, and all of a sudden you take yourself out of your rhythm and what you need to do and what you planned on doing. You take yourself out of your game plan to get guys out. That's the bottom line, is get guys out. So what's your game plan? Stick with it. Don't let the score dictate that. I mean, a big score dictate that you don't do it.
And Lloyd McClendon going with that old Jim Leland theory. Sometimes you have to know how to lose a game. He's just going to stay with Vogelsong right now with 2 outs and a man on. And there are the career numbers on Ryan Vogelsong as a hitter, and not use up another pitcher. And Ryan fouls it straight back. Had a good swing at that. 0-2. There's the Pirates skipper. Not that long ago, it was just June the 5th. They were 30-30 and feeling pretty good about their ball club. They had played great. Beat the Braves 2 out of 3, beat the Marlins 3 out of 4, beat the Orioles 2 out of 3, and since then 5-15.
You get a road trip, but they had it. It's rare. You go to Yankee Stadium and Fenway.
Whew.
That's not a fun trip for anybody.
And they struggled.
Outside of just the fact that you're going to Yankee Stadium and you're going to Fenway.
Yeah, kind of neat places to go, but I believe they went, didn't they go 1-5, I think. Yeah, so I mean, you know, it's neat to go to those 2 shrines, but to lug a 1-5 out of there, not so great. Look at this. Unbelievable. Fair ball, and that's going to probably get him a run. It is. Sanchez will, he tripped and fell, and he's trapped off third. They can't quite get him. Unbelievable. Sanchez came around third, and then he started doing the breaststroke, and you could see he was on his way down and managed to crawl back to third.
And Lloyd just go, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. You leave the pitcher in there to hit, and Vogelsong doubles, but they don't get the run.
A breaking ball, middle of the plate for Lytle. And he just hits it right down the line. Burrow was over in left center. He had a long ways to go.
Now watch this.
And then he just trips himself. And now John Russell's saying, get back to the bag.
No, they had him just hung out to dry there, but couldn't get the ball back in time. Here's another look at it.
That's one of the reasons why you don't just go down and get the ball and just lollygag and just toss it in and assume he's going to score. And that's to me, it's like a sac flag. It's a sac fly. Throw it in. I mean, you don't have to air it out. I might go crazy on it, but make the effort in case something like that happens. And you see it right there. It does happen.
Right. Just tripped over the bag. Here's Makoviak, swing and a foul tip on a split. 0-1. Makoviak has a double. He knocked in the Pirates' run in the second inning. They actually had a 1-0 lead in this game to Pittsburgh. Then he lined out in the fourth to Burrow. There's Freddie Sanchez at third and Vogelsong, the pitcher, at second. Sanchez going, oh man, is that embarrassing? At least I got back.
Yeah, it could have been.
Well, you know, it's funny when you see when a runner starts to swim like that, they start doing that freestyle. You know they're in trouble. Another good pitch by Lytle. Off speed, another split it looked like, or changeup. 2-2 to Rob Makoviak, now playing at third. Started the game in center. Got him. Threw him 3 straight splits and struck him out. Great job by Corey to get out of that inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the Pirates leave 2. Thanks to Andy, Harry Callis comes back in the 7th inning. Phillies in command of this one behind Corey Lytle, 10-1. Lincoln Mercury game summary, a good crooked numbers up there for the Phillies. A 4 spot and a 6 spot. Bobby Abreu, a huge grand slam home run. He has 5 runs batted in. Bobby out of the game right now. David Bell's hit it hard 4 times today. And the Phillies with their 9th double-digit run game. Some strange plays in the outfield for the Pirates. And 2 guys make mistakes here in that big inning. First, Lawton bobbles that ball, hit by Abreu. And now Redmond just came into the game and he kicks this one. But later on, they make up for it. Here's a ball by Utley. Looks like it's a gapper. Run down by Lawton. And then here comes Redmond on that line drive hit by David Bell. So they messed up a couple plays, made a good couple plays after that. Ryan Howard's going to lead it off for the Phillies against Ryan Vogelsong here in the 7th inning. And for play-by-play, here's Harry.
All right, thank you, Wills. Howard has singled, struck out, and hit a sac fly. He's knocked in 1 and scored run. 1 ball and no strikes to Howard. No one up in the Phillies bullpen, so Lytle probably will bat for himself and stay in the game. 2 balls and no strikes. Fouls it back 2-1 to Ryan Howard. Ryan Vogelsong came in the 5th inning. 2 of the Phillies' 10 runs are charged to him. The other 8 to starter Dave Williams. Another hit for Ryan Howard. This one in the gap in left center. Redmond over quickly to cut it off. So Ryan Howard gets his 2nd hit. He's a leadoff base runner for Mike Lieberthal. Lieberthal's single, been intentionally walked and been unintentionally walked. Howard, good cut. He was leading the International League in hitting when he was called up at 371. Lieberthal's been on base all 3 times. One ball and no strikes. Goes breezing here in Pittsburgh, 10-1. We're in the 7th inning. Ball's hit by a pitch ball. So he has been on base all 4 times that he's been up. And it'll bring up Corey Lytle. And Lytle will try to move along with a bunt. Pitch up and into him. Got him just above the elbow. Mark Bombard talking to Mike Lieberthal at first base. Lieby is showing him that he can stay in. And Lytle now will try to move the runners along as he did in the 3rd inning. He has a sacrifice, a strikeout, and a single. Not going to bunt. Not going to bunt with a huge lead. 10-1 is the Phillies lead. And so, you know, I guess with a big lead like this, if you bunt, you're showing up the opposition. They're going to let him swing. Fouls it out of play. He's been swinging the bat pretty well this year. He came into the game hitting at 192 and was 1 for 2 today. Two strikes to him with nobody out and 2 men on base. Up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball at 92. Vogelsong throws fairly hard. Ball and 2 strikes to Corey Lytle. Just missed 2-2. He struck him out. That'll be the 2nd strikeout for Vogelsong since he has come on. 1 down. It'll bring on Jimmy Rollins. Ramon Martinez is coming out to pinch hit for Jimmy Rollins. So Martinez is going to bat for J-Roll. J-Roll will be given a rest. Well, 1 for 4 with a run scored, and this is Martinez batting for Rollins. Martinez hitting at 091, 1 for 11. He was hitting 268 for the Tigers. Going over in the Polanco deal. Takes one on the inside corner below. 1 ball and no strikes. One and nothing to Martinez. Two balls and no strikes. Ryan Howard at second, Mike Lieberthal at first, 1 out. Two balls and a strike. Three and 1. Jason Michaels due up next. Base hit center field. A late start for Howard. He'll be held at third base. So the Phillies have the bases loaded on the pinch single by Ramon Martinez.
That's one of those professional courtesy deals there, too. I mean, you're winning 10-1. As Harry said, he got a late start off second in Ryan Howard, but there's no way Bill Dancy's going to try and score him there unless it's just one of those obvious plays where you have to score. And you know, the ball's in the gap or something like that, but you're going to stop a guy in that situation.
Here's Jason Michaels. He is 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. He has scored 2 runs. Beats a foul, 1 strike to Michaels. Two strikes to Jason Michaels. Phil's on top 10-1 here in the 7th inning. Inside out's a ground ball and it's grabbed, but no play anywhere. That'll be an infield single. Howard scores, and the Phillies now lead it 11-1.
Sanchez had kind of a funny angle on that, or he got his feet tangled up or something, because he got to that ball, but he was not under control at all when he got to it. See what happens here. It's not hit that hard. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like he's running in cement right there, and then all of a sudden he takes the proper angle, but it was too late, and he's able to glove it, but not be able to do anything with it.
I'll bring on Andy Chavez. He's batting for the first time. Came in for Bobby Abreu. 1 strike to Andy. It's given up 11 runs in a game 6 times this year. They scored 11 yesterday, giving up 10 to Milwaukee and 1. Chavez to shortstop, over to Sanchez 1. They turn the double play. And that will be it for the Phils. The Phils add a run here in the 7th inning. They do so on 3 hits and leave 2. We go to the bottom half of the 7th. It's the Phils 11 and Pittsburgh 1. Our Dodge Stump the Fans trivia quiz this afternoon. 12 members of the Pittsburgh Pirates organization are members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Who was the first Bucko inducted? Well, how about Honus Wagner in 1936? First Phillies fan with the correct response was John Moss of Bala Cynwyd, Pennsylvania. Congratulations, John. You're the winner of a Phillies prize pack, and thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans. Now we go to the bottom of the 7th. Ramon Martinez, who came into pinch hit, stays in the game to play shortstop for Jimmy Rollins. And Corey Lytle working in his 7th inning. Just 79 pitches. He's pitched well. 1 run, 5 strikeouts, and nary a walk.
Yeah, you don't know what Charlie Manuel and Rich Duby are thinking right now, but you know how long they want him to go. Only 79 pitches with a 10-run lead at this point. I just wonder if maybe they might get Tim Worrell in a ball game today. You know, with no pressure, getting back, get his feet wet. Don't know that, but you know it's a possibility. He is, of course, activated as of this afternoon.
And Ryan Doman will lead it off. Doman has grounded out twice. Doman, the 24-year-old rookie, 2nd round draft pick in the '99 draft, a switch hitter. So Corey Lytle has pitched very, very well. Working here in the 7th inning with a big lead, 11-1.
Nobody up in the Phillies bullpen, but the Pirates do have Solomon Torres, a right-hander, up. They got the clock out at second base. Second base umpire holding the watch. There's Torres, Larry Vanover, and that's what the delay is right now. Everybody's back and ready to go.
High fly ball left field in foul ground, and Burrow won't catch up to it. 1 strike to Domit. Tomorrow in game 2, John Lieber goes for the Phils. Will be opposed by Kip Wells. Wednesday night will be Vicente Padilla and Mark Redmond. And Thursday, Brett Myers goes against Zach Duke. Back home Friday against those Washington Nationals.
Oh. He didn't even move.
No, he didn't. Hit by a pitched ball.
Talk about taking one for the club.
American League All-Star reserves include Bud, Javon Rodriguez, Shea Hillenbrand, Paul Konerko, Mike Sweeney, Alfonso Soriano, Melvin Moore, Michael Young, Garrett Anderson, Ichiro, and Gary Sheffield. Jack Wilson has popped up and flied out to left. On the ground at third base, Bell to Utley. Not in time for the double play, but they get the lead runner. Wilson saved first on a fielder's choice. Now bring on the center fielder Tyke Redmond, who grounded out his first time up.
Jack Wilson's a good runner, so they did everything they could on that. But one of the things about it is, talked about it when Andy was still in the booth, that Corey Little's continuing to pitch his game, not just throwing fastballs down the middle. He threw a really good breaking ball right there to Jack Wilson, got him to turn it over almost into a double play.
Wilson tied for the lead in triples last year, so he got down that line in a hurry, tough to double up. 1 ball and no strikes to Redmond. Two balls and no strikes. Doing 1 to Redmond. Came into the game in the 5th inning. This is second at bat. Fouls this one out of play. 1 ball and 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tyke Redmond. Lytle working with a big lead. The Phillies on top 11-1. Fans in the Allegheny River on a boat. Redmond fouls it off, stays alive at 2-2. We're having a big fireworks display here later on tonight on the 4th of July. Loops this one foul. Stays 2-2 to Tyke Redmond. Big walk-up crowd here at PNC Park on this 4th of July. But the Pirate fans haven't had much to cheer about. The Phillies on top 11-1.
So unfortunately, what's happening is what we talked about earlier. A lot of them are headed over the Clemente Bridge right now to back to downtown to their cars.
Line drive hit to right field. Wilson on his way to second, and he'll to third, and he'll go into third easily. So the Pirates have runners at first and third with one out for Matt Lawton.
Lytle still with a pretty low pitch count. So far, no bullpen activity for the Phillies, so they really like to get him through this inning and then piece it together for 6 outs and get out of here.
Lawton has struck out, grounded out, and grounded out.
Mitch Doobie just disappeared from down below after talking to Charlie Manuel, so he could be going to the phone.
Yeah, I think they've made a call to the bullpen. They're starting to stir out there in the bullpen now.
There's Rich. You just saw him go underneath and to the phone.
Craig Redmond takes off.
That'd just be a fielder's choice.
Yep, they did not hold him on, so no stolen base.
Aaron Fultz is up. There's Tim Worrell. We just talked about him at his back turn, now sitting back down.
Foul out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Foul. 1-2 the count to Lawton. Lieberthal walking the ball out to Corey Lytle. Only run Lytle has surrendered is back in the 2nd inning. But the Pirates do have runners at 2nd and 3rd, and 1 out here in the 7th. Another foul off the end of his bat down the 3rd base side. One ball and 2 strikes. Came back to get him, struck him out. That's a 6th strikeout for Lytle. 2 down here in the 7th, and now he can see his way out of this inning.
Well, he went after him with a high fastball here and got him to chase.
Freddie Sanchez started the game at 3rd base, moved to 2nd. He was grounded out line to center and singled. One strike to Sanchez. quick strikes to Freddie Sanchez. Wilson at third, Redmond at second, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Breaking ball popped him up. Should be out of the inning. Ryan Howard in foul ground makes the grab, and that'll be it for the Pirates here in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 2. We go to the 8th inning. The Phils on top by a score of 11-1. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Key States Chrysler Jeep dealer. By Thomas Jefferson University Hospital. Call 1-800-JEF now. And by Nissan, who invites you to shift your ride. The Pirates are making several changes, down 11-1 here in the 8th inning. Rob Makoviak.
He's in right field. Makoviak's in right field. Michael Restovich is now the new left fielder, and playing third base is Bobby Hill.
So that's the third position for Makoviak today. Started in center, moved to third, now he's in right. Pat Burrell has struck out twice, singled and walked.
Vogelsong doing a nice job today for the Pirates of sucking up innings in a blowout game.
Two balls and a strike to Burrell. Three and one to Pat. Goes on top 11-1. We are in the 8th inning. And Burrow gets an opposite field single. His second hit. Hit number 15 for the Phils, and it'll bring on Chase Utley. Utley is 1 for 4. After the game, stay tuned to Comcast Sportsnet for player reactions and post-game interviews. Join John Marzano, Philly native and former Major League catcher. He'll break down the game's action. Don't miss Sloan Toyota presents Phillies post-game live only on Comcast Sportsnet. Nothing to Utley, who was 1 for 4. One ball and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count to Chase Utley. Well, there's the Philly fan.
Old Dave Cashuni, number 30 in that blue.
Some Phillies fans who have made the trip here to Pittsburgh for this series. 3 balls and a strike to Utley. Lines of foul. A full count. Ryan Vogelsong's been in there since the 5th inning. Still out there for Pittsburgh. And this will probably be his last inning. He's scheduled to hit third in the bottom half of this inning, although he did bat once and he doubled. Count full to Chase Utley. Fouled it in and out of the glove of Doman, and it's still 3-2.
Allen caught Sam Holbrook in the chest protector, and watch this. This is tough on a hot day.
Yeah.
Wacko. So Doman takes a little walk out to the mound to give him a little time to regroup. Holbrook's done a good job today. Another one of those efforts when you just start talking about an umpire later on, you really don't mention him much during the game, and that usually means they've done a terrific job with balls and strikes.
3-2 it holds to Chase Utley. There's a base hit for Chase. Burrell will stop at second. The Phillies with 2 men on base here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Vogelsong might be starting to run out of gas right now. It's really hot. He's been out there, we said, sucking up these innings for Lloyd McClendon's ball club. And they may, yeah, there goes Spin Williams. Maybe you're going to get somebody else up. And sometimes a pitcher will just stay out there, though, and take one for the team. Solomon Torres was up earlier. And there he is again.
David Bell is 2 for 4 with a double and a triple.
And 2 rockets for outs.
1 ball and no strikes. Bills banged out 16 hits and lead this one 11-1. And here comes Spin Williams, a pitching coach. Well, tomorrow, John Lieber has the ball for the Phils. He will be opposed by Kip Wells for Pittsburgh in Game 2 of this series. Will be on Comcast tomorrow night for that one, as well as the remaining 2 games in this series.
It's the only right-hander the Phillies are going to see in this series in a starting role tomorrow night with Kip Wells against that guy, John Lieber. Huge crowd here today for the Pirates. 37,259. I think they just announced their largest 4th of July crowd ever, but not so hot with the results. The Phillies are happy about that. They've really come out swinging the bats today.
A tremendous walk up here today. They told me their advance was right around 24,000. They have 37,000.
Well, beats those 4th of July games we used to start at 10:30 in the morning. Double headers, couldn't see. Oh, those were brutal. Remember those?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. That was a bad experiment.
Bell lines a foul out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Saw those fans headed over the Roberto Clemente Bridge. A lot of people park downtown here and then just walk across the bridge.
And later on tonight, there will be fireworks here in Pittsburgh. Loops this one and be out of play into the stands. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Matt Burrell at second, Chase Utley at first. Nobody out here in the 8th inning. Bell tired of waiting and called time.
Mentioned this guy is really sucking it up for his ball club. How about that? 80 pitches out of the bullpen.
And continues to mount.
Well, he came in with nobody out in that big 5th inning. And here he is with nobody out in the 8th inning going after him with 81 pitches. Lloyd McClendon does have Torres up in the bullpen.
Vogelsong has been a starter in his career. 26 starts last year for the Pirates. Two balls and 2 strikes. Inside, it's full count. Ryan Howard due up next. Foul into the crowd. She's been here for that young lady. Three and 2 it holds to David Bell. Got him. The 3rd strikeout for Vogelsong since coming on. 1 down here in the 8th. They'll bring up Ryan Howard. Howard is 2 for 3. His singled, struck out, his sac fly, and singled. He has scored 2 and knocked in 1. And Lloyd McClendon coming on now. This might be it for Vogelsong.
Finally.
Vogelsong came in the 5th inning. And he will depart here in the 8th. We have a pitching change for the Pirates. Phillies on top 11-1 back after these messages. 33-year-old Solomon Torres, the new pitcher for the Pirates. This will be his 34th game. He's won 2, lost 4, 3.89 ERA. 37 innings, 39 hits, 16 earned runs. He has struck out 10, walked 18. Torres has been around. He was pitched for San Francisco, Seattle, Montreal before joining the Pirates. Been roughed up in his last 5 appearances, 8 earned runs in the last 8 1/3 innings. Facing Ryan Howard. One strike to Howard. 2 men on base, 1 out here in the 8th inning. One ball, 1 strike.
Ryan Howard's going to see a lot of left-handed pitching in this series. Charlie said before the game today that, you know, he's planning on playing both him and Utley against the 3 left-handers. At least that was today. And, you know, he's facing a right-hander now. Got a base hit off Vogelsong and a sac fly. Puts his bat on the ball.
Fouls this one back. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now, obviously, he's almost a mythological figure for what he's done in the minor leagues over the last year and part of this season. And it'd be, way too much to expect him to do those kind of things here in the big leagues. But he looks like he has an idea and a game plan.
And he is rung up, called out on strikes. That'll be the first strikeout for Torres, who just came into the game. Out number 2 here in the 8th.
He's up here facing all these pitchers he's never seen, just reading reports in the dugout. And Solomon Torres drops a pretty good breaking ball on him there with 2 strikes.
Mike Lieberthal has been on base all 4 times. He has singled, been intentionally walked, been unintentionally walked, and been hit by a pitch. He's hit again. So Lieberthal is hit again to load the bases, and that means the Phillies can use a pinch hitter here for Corey Lytle. And he is going to beat Tomas Perez.
Funny day for Mike Lieberthal. 2 walks, 2 hit batters, but we talk about him getting hit all the time because he dives into everything. He dives in and then he's slow getting away from it, so he gets nipped a lot. Sometimes he gets more than nipped.
Tomas Perez pinch hitting for Corey Lytle. In the inside corner for a strike.
Great job by Corey Lytle. They got him a lot of runs, but he did a good job front running.
2 strikes to Tomas Perez.
Looks like Aaron Fultz will be the pitcher in the 8th inning. There he is.
Corey Lytle, 7 strong innings, giving up just a run. 7 hits, didn't walk anybody, struck out 6. And is speared by the first baseman Darrell Ward, and that will be it. Tomas hit it on the nose, but Ad Ward. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Phillies lead them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 11-1 Phils. On the Toyota American League scoreboard, the Yankees had a 7-run 8th inning and down Baltimore 13-8. Gary Sheffield, Hideki Matsui homered. Jason Giambi hit 2 of them for the Yanks, who win at 13-8. Cleveland over Detroit 9-3. Scott Ellerton won that one. Travis Hafner, who's really been hot for the Tribe, hit 2 homers in that game. He now has 16. Rest of the action in the American League will be tonight. Detroit at Cleveland, Tampa Bay at the Chicago White Sox, Boston at Texas, Seattle at Kansas City, and Minnesota will be on the coast against the LA Angels of Anaheim. Here Tomas Perez comes in to play first base, facing Ryan Howard. And the new pitcher is Aaron Fultz, coming on for Corey Lytle. Fultz appearing in his 29th game, 1-0 with a 3.09 ERA. 32 innings, 24 hits, 11 earned runs. He's greeted with a drive to right field. Jason Michaels tight to the line, makes the catch.
Corey Lytle's really good today. I mean, excellent split that he throws to left-handed batters. Good breaking balls there. Another off-speed pitch and a high fastball for a strikeout. No walks and the 6 strikeouts, and he got in a couple of jams, but able to get out, and all those runs had to make it a lot easier afternoon.
There's Darrell Ward.
They have Humberto Cota in the on-deck circle. He'll bat for the pitcher Torres.
Two balls and no strikes to Ward. There's Cota. Ball's behind him 3-0. him on 4 pitches. So Ward is aboard with a free pass, and Cota will come up to pinch hit for Solomon Torres. Cota hitting a .240, 4 homers. He's knocked in 22. He's 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter. One of his 4 home runs has been a pinch hit home run. Line drive to right field. Michaels challenge. He's short house, but he's got to play at second. He gets the force at second base. Darrell Ward had to hold up. Great effort by Jason Michaels. He short hopped that ball, but still gets the play at second base. It goes Michaels to Utley to Ramon Martinez.
He really had Darrell Ward confused. I mean, he's trying to get the call from the first base umpire, Randy Marsh, doesn't get it. Then to Utley and fires it to Martinez. There's another look at it. Boy, that was close. Thought he caught it at first. I think he did too. But now here's Ward. I mean, he is just in no man's way. He turned every which way but loose.
Well, brings on Rob Makoviak. He's played all over today. He's been in center. He's been at third. He's been in right. He is 1 for 3 and has knocked in the lone Pirate run in this game. Phillies lead 11-1.
Hard to believe they led 1-0 on that double. Bobby Abreu hit that grand slam home run. It was like some air went into that dugout.
Two balls and a strike. He's on the ground to second base, and Utley throws out Makoviak, and that's all for the Buccos here in the 8th. No runs, no hits. They lead 1. We go to the 9th inning. Phillies lead at 11-1. On the Toyota National League scoreboard, Washington finally lost 1 at home. The Mets beat them at home 5-2. New York. Roberto Hernandez getting the win out of the bullpen. Sonny Kitton took the loss. Braden Looper a save. Washington played only 3 regulars in that game. Brad Wilkerson, Jose Guillen, and Vinny Castilla, resting the others. Houston behind Roy Oswalt beat San Diego 4-1. Oswalt wins his 11th. Craig Biggio a homer. Cincinnati is out slugging San Francisco. That's in the 8th inning. 11-9 Reds. Junior Ken Griffey Jr. hit his 16th in that game. Just underway, Milwaukee has a 1-0 lead on Florida behind Ben Sheets there in the 4th. In third, St. Louis behind Matt Morris has a 4-0 lead on Arizona. Morris looking for his 10th win. The Cubs in Atlanta will start shortly. The Cubs trying to hold a 4-game losing streak. And later on, the Dodgers at Colorado. Here, the veteran Rick White comes on. This will be his 35th game. He's won 3, lost 3, 2 saves, a 2.75 ERA. 39 in the 3rd innings, 39 hits, 20 strikeouts, 13 walks. Ramon Martinez, the first one to face him, came in a pinch hit for Jimmy Rollins and singled in his only at bat, stayed in the game. 1 ball and 1 strike. White, 36 years of age, has been around. He has pitched originally for the Pirates. Then he went to Tampa Bay, New York Mets, Colorado, St. Louis, White Sox, Houston. Last year, pitched in 59 games for Cleveland.
We talked earlier maybe that they might get Tim Worrell into a game today. Be a good time for it. He is up and throwing now as he strikes out Martinez.
Yeah, it'd be a good game. Good game to get Tim back. Try to get him back in the groove. Pitched well in his minor league rehabs. And at the game yesterday, Amari Telemaco designated for assignment, and Tim Worrell was activated. Here's Jason Michaels. Michaels is 2 for 4. Phil's leading 11-1. We are in the 9th inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Jimmy Rollins, Kenny Lofton. Lofton will probably be back in there tomorrow. The only right-hander the Phillies will be facing is going tomorrow, and Kip Wells. Two balls and a strike. Three balls and a strike. Michaels continues his great on-base percentage. He's been on base 4 of his 6 at-bats here this afternoon. Came in with a 408 on-base percentage. And bring on Endy Chavez, and his only at-bat, he grounded into a double play. Endy came in, placing Bobby Abreu. One strike to him.
It's a different looking rally cap look, and it'll take some rally.
One ball and one strike. Line drive hit for Endy Chavez. Stopping at second base will be Jason Michaels. Hit number 17 for the Phillies this afternoon, so everybody's joining the hit parade.
Managers always love it when they can, that guy's not happy, when they can get their extra men into a ball game and get some at-bats for them, like Martinez has 2 at-bats. Endy Chavez now has 2 at-bats. Tomas Perez has an at-bat and is in the ball game.
Here's Pat Burrell. Burrell's 2 for 4. He has struck out twice, singled, walked, and singled. He has knocked in a run. One strike to Burrell.
Phillies with 17 hits, 19 is their high this year on the first. There it is. We bring it up, and there it is on the 1st of June against San Francisco.
Two strikes to Burrell. 4th of July holiday. Holiday gear on hand here at PNC Park.
It's like an Easter Sunday look.
1-2 to Pat Burrell. Line drive hit in the gap in left center field. That'll score one more. Holding at third base is Chavez. Burrell a double, and he knocks in his 2nd run of the game, his 63rd of the year.
Phil Dancy had Chavez.
Lead at 12-1.
Phil Dancy had Chavez coming the whole time, and for some reason he stopped at third base, and it really, I mean, that's one of those ones we were talking about earlier. There's professional courtesy involved, but this is easy to score a guy like Chavez. There's Jason Michaels coming around third, and they stop, and Chavez just stopped, and he cost Burrell an RBI.
So the runners are at second and third with one out. It's now 12-1 Phils, and it'll bring on Chase Utley. Utley's 2 for 5. One strike. So the Phillies have provided the fireworks here in Pittsburgh, leading at 12-1 with 18 hits on the game. High towering fly to left. Shallow.
He won't
put away by Restovich for out number 2.
That's one of those ones we're talking about. You get in a game like this, and it's just the way you play the game. You could have scored Chavez easily on that play with his speed, but Bill Dancy's just going to stop him. You know, he's telling him before that ball's even hit, unless it's really, really deep and obvious, you're not going anywhere.
Brings on David Bell. Bell is 2 for 5 with a double and a triple. See the National League batting RBI leaders. Carlos Lee at 72. Derek Lee of the Cubs 67. Burrow right up there. One strike to Bell. One ball and one strike. Good way to start this 4-game series for the Phils before returning home against the Washington Nationals.
Oh.
His right at his head. 2 balls and a strike.
Bell's not happy about it.
He's yelling something out at Rick White.
Well, you don't want to ball up by your ear. You know, you don't
No.
think White's, doing anything there, but you get one up near your coconut like that. Sometimes guys get a little ticked off. Here it is. I mean, that's a nasty one.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's a bad one. And White can still throw really hard. I mean, his fastball's been 92, 3, 4 in this inning.
Two balls and a strike. 3-1. Ryan Howard. Oh, no, it's not Ryan Howard. He was taken out. He was on deck. Foltz. Aaron Foltz is on deck. Ground ball deep short. Jack Wilson throws him out. Nice play by Wilson. And the Phillies are down here in the ninth. The Phils do score a run on 2 hits, no errors, leaving 2. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's been all Phils, 12-1 Phillies. Bottom half of the ninth inning, the Phils all over the Pirates, 12-1 this afternoon. Aaron Foltz going 1 perfect inning, and Tim Worrell making his first appearance for the Phils since May 5th. Appearing in his 15th game, no wins, 1 loss, 1 save, a 9.82 ERA. 22 hits in 11 innings, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. Pitched well in his rehab assignments.
Care how long you've been around. He's got to have some butterflies right now. This has got to be a strange experience for Tim Worrell, who had to leave the ball club. Everybody knows about that. That's the last time we saw him when Mike Piazza hit that home run off him at Shea. Flew to Chicago with the ball club, and they just had to take a leave of absence, get some things together personally. And now he's back. As Harry mentioned, he pitched well in his rehab, but he's got to be out there wondering, all right, let's go. Can I still do this? Because obviously he wants to do it, or he could have retired.
Fastball a little bit high, 1 ball and no strikes.
It's a great spot to bring him in a game, no pressure. An 11-run game. You know, just go out there, get some outs, and see how you feel.
Line drive left field. Burrell takes care of this one. And that's one down here in the 9th inning.
Worrell could be such a huge addition to the bullpen the rest of the way, too. I mean, teams go out and try and find guys like him at this point in the season. And, you know, you already had him. It's just a matter of whether he could come back and perform or not.
Jack Wilson is 0 for 3, has popped up, fly to left, and grounded into a fielder's choice. One strike on a slider. Line drive into center and hangs up for Andy Chavez, who makes the play. So a couple of quick outs for Worrell.
See, the thing about Tim Worrell, when he's on and effective, he spots the ball really well. He's thrown 2 pitches there that are away to hitters that they've hit off the end of the bat. When he was having his problems, everything was right down the middle.
Here's Tyke Redmond. He came in the middle innings of this game. He is 1 for 2 with a single. One ball and no strikes to Redmond. One ball and 1 strike. Fouls it out of play. 1 and 2 to Tyke Redmond. Tim Worrell trying to get a final out here. Redmond stays alive with the foul ball. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night, game 2. John Lieber for the Phils. Kip Wells for the Pirates. Be back on Comcast Sportsnet for that one for you. John Lieber regained his form of the early season. A little bit wide.
No breaking ball there. He's thrown a couple sliders, some fastballs, but everything's been in a good spot so far.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Called 3rd strike. A 1-2-3 inning for Tim Worrell as the Phillies crush the Buccos in game 1 of this 4-game series. A 12-1 final Phils. Our Chevrolet player of the game, Bobby Abreu. Phillies All-Star, had 5 RBIs.
3rd career grand slam. This was the one right there. I mean, Phillies losing 1-0 at that point. He was 0-2, got the 3-2. Williams tried to sneak a fastball by him in 2 pitches in a row. The second one took a long ride.
Our W.B. Mason's deliveries of the game came in the 5th inning when the Phillies batted around +2 and put the game away.
Jimmy Rollins got it started with a bunt base hit. And now here's Bobby Abreu with that 5th run batted, and this ball's kicked around a little bit by Lawton, so 2 runs scored. Now Chase Utley, he lines a shot. Tyke Redmond had just come into the game. He has one go by him. Pat Burrell scores there. David Bell hits one in the gap in right center. Redmond can't get to that. Chase Utley scoring. Here comes David Bell with a triple. So the Phillies had that huge bat around +2 in the 5th inning and an easy afternoon here.
Phil's winning game 1 of this series on a 4th of July 12-1 final. Back with the totals and a wrap right after these messages. Brought to you by Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in Philly. by Southwest Airlines, nonstop service to over 59 destinations all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. By Toyota, with 17 models moving you forward. And by Independence Blue Cross. You deserve it. Everyone deserves it. Back at PNC Park, the Phils over the Pirates 12-1. For the winning Phils, 12 runs, 18 hits, no errors, 12 left. For the Bucks, a run, 7 hits, 2 errors, they left 8. Corey Lytle, the winner, he is 8-6. The loss goes to Dave Williams, he is 6-6. Our next telecast will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We'll be on Comcast Sportsnet, Game 2 of this series. John Lieber for the Phils and Kip Wells on the mound for the Pirates. Producer of Phillies baseball is John Slobaka. Jeffrey C. Halleckman is the associate producer. And our director has been Ray Tipton. For Larry Anderson and Chris Wheeler, hope you had a nice 4th of July. Harry Callis, thanks a lot for watching. Phils win by a score of 12-1. Stay tuned now for Phillies post-game live. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Sloan Toyota presents Phillies post-game live. This is Ron Burke. Johnny Marzano is to my left, who'll belong in a moment. But, John, a 12-1 win. They pound out 18 hits. Every starter, including the pitcher, Corey Lytle, with at least 1 base hit on an extraordinary day for the Phillies offensively and on the mound.
Well, you know, you look at Citizens Bank Park, and everybody talks about how everybody's going to drive the ball and score runs at Citizens Bank Park. Well, they go to a huge ballpark, and they actually score more runs and almost have as many hits as they had against the Atlanta Braves in a 3-game series. So hopefully this Phillies team can come out and win a series. They've lost 6 in a row, so now this is a good start. They pounded the ball today offensively. Maybe what Billy Wagner said to these guys, maybe wake up, start to swing the bat and start to play better. Maybe this will help.
Whatever it takes. We now take you to our Chevrolet drive of the game. John talked about the explosive offensive show. 5th inning, we're talking about 6 consecutive base knocks, 7 hits in the inning, and 6 runs in that dramatic 5th inning.
Well, the one thing that was hard to do was to pick a drive of the game. Bobby Abreu hit the ball well, but this whole team as a whole came out, they swung the bats well, they had an idea up at bat, they got pitches to hit. When they had pitches to hit, they drove the ball. Another thing that they did is they were confident, they were relaxed, they weren't chasing pitches out of the zone. I think when this team gets in trouble offensively, Ron, they swing at pitches high, they swing at pitches in the dirt. When they have confidence, they have a lot of good hitters in the team. You know, Jace Hutley, Burrell, Abreu, guys that are starting to swing the bats. And what that does is, and you saw also, this team ran the bases well, forces the team also to have errors. Just a great inning for this team. I think they scored the most runs, tied the most runs, 6 runs in an inning. Each guy in this lineup swung the bats well. Hopefully it can carry into tomorrow and the rest of this trip. Hopefully they can win some games, get back into this race.
It's a 4-game series there at Pittsburgh, and this is a team that you would expect they're going to win this series against, but overall play well nonetheless against this Pirates team.
It doesn't matter who you're playing against. They have to come out and play well. You know, I talk about this old cliche, but play one at a time. Play well no matter who you're playing. You know, they're struggling against teams in their division. There's no doubt about that. But when you have an opportunity to come out and to win a game against the Pittsburgh Pirates, 5-15 over their last 20 games, the Phillies have to come in there, take care of business against teams they don't deserve being on the same field with, win these games, play the way they did today, continue the next 3 games against this team.
The first big blast for the Phillies came in the 3rd inning. As we're watching the game, John, you can see the potential for disaster for the Pirates here, because you have at the plate Jason Michaels, and the pitcher for the Pirates is pitching. Dave Williams is pitching him so carefully with Abreu on deck, men on 1st and 2nd at that point. And you're saying at that point, why is he pitching Michaels so carefully? Because he's got to deal with Abreu if he puts Michaels on.
Well, the one thing you want to do is you want to be careful with Bobby Abreu, not with Jason Michaels, and that's what they didn't do. What they wind up doing is pitching to Bobby Abreu instead of Jason Michaels. And when the catcher comes out and he talks to the pitcher, I said to you, what is he talking about? You have to go after Jason Michaels in this situation. You have an all-star. Bobby Abreu is a great hitter. Even though you're facing a left-handed pitcher, if he leaves a fastball inside, what did I say to pitch before? I said he's going to hit one out of here.
He's going to hit
a fastball out of here. He gets a fastball, grand slam. There's when a team tries to think too much. It was 1-0 at the time, makes the score 4-1, game-changing play.
Our ExxonMobil game-changing play with a bang. Bobby Abreu puts the Phillies up 4-1 with one swing of the bat, thanks to some help there from the Pirates and the way they went after Jason Michaels. All right, let's look at what the Phillies did today on the right against Pittsburgh in a single game versus what they did in the previous 3 games against the Atlanta Braves. They couldn't score against the Braves, couldn't get base hits against the Braves. Their batting average was Mendoza-like, but they just blew those numbers out of the water in one game today.
You know, it becomes psychological, I believe, Ron. You play in teams in your division. They know they don't have a good record against teams in their division. Teams start to press, offense starts to press, pitching starts to press, management, coaches start to press. What you have to do is you have to take a step back, relax like they did today, one pitch at a time, get a good pitch to hit, drive the ball, and then things start to gel. Hopefully this is a good thing for the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, they're in last place. They're at 500 now. They're one game above 500. It's a stepping stone. But Bobby Abreu said this before the game. They have to come out. They have to play good before the All-Star break and then carry that over after the All-Star break if they're going to have any chance to get back in contention. And they have a guy, John Lieber, going tomorrow who also is going to have to start pitching better in order for this team to win.
One guy who you could figure on paper would play well today or hit well is David Bell because of his success against left-handed pitchers, and that's what he was facing today. What about David Bell? What did you see in his – I know you like the way he swung the bat today, or the way he has swung it of late for this team.
What I'm seeing is David Bell getting more confidence. He's starting to feel better about himself. And he's been much maligned here in Philadelphia because people have been on him. He signed a 4-year deal. But the one thing he does is he's a professional. He's a professional hitter. Left-handed pitchers, he is absolutely killing. And if you look at this Phillies lineup, all their best hitters are left-handed. So you need one guy to pick up the slack right-handed so you get to guys' bullpen so they bring in right-handed pitchers. David Bell, over the last couple of weeks, has been swinging the bat well. He has to pick it up against righties, but he's a professional hitter, professional player. Today, it seems like each time he came up, he had a good pass of the ball. He had good swings. They're going to need him to get hot and to stay hot for this team to do well.
Took some good cuts even on some of the outs there.
Bell, 455. That's absolutely amazing.
This is Bell against left-handed pitching this season. Includes his 2-for-5 performance today. At least that was his overall day today, 2 for 5, a double and a triple thrown in. Go ahead, John.
I think that has to be the best in all the majors, 455. It seems as though he's seeing the ball well off of left-handed pitching, and you would think that if a guy's hitting 455 off of left-handed pitching, he would also feel comfortable against right-handed pitching. That means he's seeing the ball well. He's swinging the bat well. So if that carries over into the right-handers, maybe get some confidence, especially the way he swung the bat today, it can carry over into the right-handed pitchers.
All right, so let's watch David Bell in the second half of this season. We will have another Part 2. Sloan Toyota presents Phillies Postgame Live. Coming up after a break, we will talk Corey Lytle, who was outstanding on the mound, had some good plays behind him as well, as we continue here on Comcast Sportsnet. We'll be right back. Coming up next here on Comcast Sportsnet is Wachovia Sports Night with Leslie Goodell and Derek Gunn. They will take you through the National League East play today. Had some afternoon games in the division and in baseball as a whole. Lance Armstrong with the day off. They will update the Tour de France and Kobayashi's Dog Day. We're talking Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. It is a big deal, and we will see how the Gluttons did. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. We continue now. Sloan Toyota presents Phillies Postgame Live, and Corey Lytle gave the team just an outstanding outing today. Now, you have to consider the fact that the competition here is the Pittsburgh Pirates, not a bunch of big bangers, certainly not what they saw in the Atlanta Braves lineup. What can we take from what we saw from Corey Lytle today, given that?
Well, the one thing that I did like the way Corey Lytle pitched is, even though he had a big lead, he came out as though the score was 1-0 the whole game. He had his great changeup, he had his great splitter, and that's a testament to the catcher. I mean, I know Mike Lieberthal also gets a lot behind the plate and people get on him. But when you got 10 runs and you're still pitching, you still have to use your breaking balls like he did. You still have to use your changeup. You still have to use your split. And he used all his pitches the whole game. He kept him focused, kept him in the game. He got a lot of offensive support, but he still came out and pitched the way he was capable of pitching. I like Corey Lytle. I liked him since they got him here last year. He's a sinker ball pitcher, especially in this ballpark. He's going to get a lot of outs on ground balls. Pitched an outstanding game today.
Dominant. Lytle went 7 innings, gave up 7 hits. Just 1 earned run and struck out 6, didn't walk a soul. He was simply outstanding. Dave Williams, on the other hand, went just 4 innings, gave up the 8 earned runs, and the Phillies were on him all day. Speaking of pitching, we turn now to Tim Worrell, finally back with the club after dealing with personal issues. Comes back today, had the perfect opportunity to put him in. He pitched the 9th inning. Tim Worrell, in terms of his ability now to help this team,
means what for the coming weeks at least.
Well, they're talking about maybe giving Ryan Madson an opportunity to pitch in the starting rotation, and the only way they could do that is if Worrell comes back and pitches the way he's capable of pitching. Come back and get guys out. Come back and hit corners. Ron, you remember earlier in the year, it seemed like his fastball and his breaking ball, 89 miles an hour. He was throwing 85, 86 miles an hour earlier in the season. You could tell he wasn't there mentally and he wasn't there physically. Today, pitches on the corner. He sunk the ball better. He had his breaking ball out in the corner. If he could pitch the way he pitched today for the rest of the season, it's going to open up maybe a spot for Ryan Madson to come back and maybe put him and give him an opportunity in the starting rotation the way Vicente Padilla has been pitching so far as a starting pitcher for this team. You know, this team needs a pickup. It needs a bolster. So if a guy like him can come out, Worrell, pitch the way he's capable of pitching, you put Madson in the starting rotation, give him an opportunity to pitch, it's going to make this team that much better.
And we don't know how big of an if that is because we don't know what these personal issues, how they may have affected him earlier on. So we don't know if we saw him anywhere near his best before when he was struggling.
That's exactly right. And the thing is, now he's got an opportunity to come back. He came back. He's going to have a chance to get out there. Now, granted, it's only the first day back. The score's 12-1. He can go out there and just throw any pitches he wants to throw. We'll see how it progresses. Give him a couple weeks, and then if he pitches well, they have a chance to put Brian Madson in the starting rotation.
All right, John and I'll be back with more here on Sloan Toyota presents Phillies Postgame Live. Phillies 12-1 winners today in Pittsburgh to kick off that 4-game series with the Pirates. Back after a break.